Okay, so I said I was gonna do these interview things, and then I sort of didn't really get around to doing it, and now DK here was like, "Yo, let me get that interview." So here we are. I got DK, the scammer extraordinaire, as he's known to many people. Uh, I don't know what else. What else were you known for in Dust besides scamming? What do you think?
Uh, Tanking, and then towards the end of the game, I got pretty decent at slaying in PCs.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you're probably a name that a lot of people knew through various ways. So I mean, I guess let's just start with like when did you start playing and why, if you can even remember.
So when I first started playing, actually in Go by, Devilish Killzone.
Hmm. Okay.
That was a long time ago, though. I don't know what update that would have been in. It would have probably been like 1.2 or 1.3, something like that. Like, it was definitely way before 1.7. It was back when they still had like fragmented Python stuff, like the different they had breach ion cannons and a bunch of other crap. Like they were all
I
different.
don't remember when they had that. I like never
Oh,
mess with
okay.
vehicles. I have no idea. So are you
It,
talking about
it
you
was
had a
new
different
back
clone,
then.
or did you
Yeah,
could
it was a different
request
clone. It
the
was
oh okay, yeah, you could request the name change, right? And some people did that so that they had the like
yeah,
glitch where you didn't see their mic bubbles, right? Didn't like Neck
yeah.
do that, and a bunch of the other
Yeah, there
Eastern
was a
maybe
couple
did
people
that,
that
and
actually got them banned
McGlaw
that
did
I
like a
met.
yeah.
They got
Good.
their names banned because of what their names
Oh,
said, and they had to
oh
get them
right, yeah.
changed. And like Tank Gorilla was one of them. I met him pretty early on after I came back to the game, but his name used to be Tank Gorilla Rape, and I
Oh
guess
yeah.
someone reported him, and he had to change it to Tank Gorilla. And then he
So
ended up
do you don't
going
remember like
away.
when, what year and month it was that you started?
Oh no, dude. Okay, like so back then I was fresh off of Battlefield 3. That was like all I was playing, and I went by the name of Blake Cylon. I was trying to make some like weird futuristic name, and this was like when I was like 12,
Mm-hmm.
maybe close to 13, probably around 12. But so I made that, and then I played for like 2 weeks, and I was like, "What is this game?" And then I just quit and went back to Battlefield 3. And then in mid 1.6, I know that was when I came back to that. It was before 1.7. It might even have been 1.5. I came back, but I made a new name because I thought that name sucked. And that's when
Yeah,
I
sure.
made Devilish Killzone, which arguably is also pretty terrible.
They,
But
they had breach ion cannons or whatever in Uprising.
yeah, yeah, they had all kinds of different stuff. They had a fragmented uh
Yeah, now that you say
XP
fragmented,
missile.
I remember the word. I don't remember what
They
did it
had
did it shoot faster or something or
It just
what was
had it was I think it was the most damaging one. They had a triple
okay.
shot too, that shot three at once. But they had like a super fast ion cannon, if I remember, a regular one, and then a breach one, and then they had the same thing for the railgun. Um, and then I think the missile launcher back then was also pretty optimal, but when 1.7 released, all that got nerfed into oblivion, and it was pretty much rep maddies and damage mod gun loggies.
Yeah, it
But
was pretty bad in 1 point or in 1.8 too. Did they do vehicle change at all in 1.8 or was it just the
1.8, yeah, they did. They nerfed the fuel injector, and then they nerfed the repairs on the Madriger, and then pretty much
oh,
from there
okay.
on out, it was just Gunlogi was the king for the longest time. But yeah, so I came in like 1.5 or 1.6, and I
So
started
that
playing
probably would have been what, like late 2013 or something?
probably around there. I'd have to guess, maybe early 2014. It'd have to be late 2013 because a lot of stuff happened
Yeah,
to
I
me when
want
I
to
was like
say it
late
was like
2014.
December, might have been 1.8. Or maybe it was 1.7. I'm not positive. I want to say it was somewhere around there.
Yeah,
But God, that's so long ago. All right, so
yeah, it was. It was a long
what
time
was
ago.
your corp trajectory like? Like who'd you play with early and what corp and what went down with that?
So I don't remember the first corp, the name of the first corp that I started playing with. My buddy Eric from Battlefield started playing the game. Which, funny enough, I actually met Denizzle for Shizzle in Battlefield 3 before I
Hmm.
actually met him in Dust. Oddly enough. But I was playing with my buddy Eric, and he told me to re-download the game, so I downloaded it. We started playing. I made that new account. I don't remember the corp name, but he introduced me to this dude named Woo Master, which I don't know if anyone knows that guy, but I only ran into him one time after I quit playing with those dudes. But I quit playing with them. I don't really know why. I think it was just I moved on, which I was kind of a core popper anyway. I kind of just I
True.
met a lot of people that way. But I went to
Who
a
was
corp
who was
called
Eric and Dust? Is that anyone that I would know?
oh no.
Okay.
He played like maybe 2 weeks. And that's probably why I left. I probably left after he stopped
Yeah,
playing again and I
I
kind
feel
of
like a lot of
continued
people
playing.
have that friend in Dust that they knew like a little bit or that got him into Dust, then they stopped, but then you played it an absolute shit ton after that or whatever. I
Yeah.
have I have some of those as well. Yeah.
Well, I'd go back and play Battlefield and stuff with him, which I
Hmm.
somewhat keep in contact to him this day. He's probably my oldest PlayStation friend, but so I left that corp and then I joined one called Rough Riders, which none of them were like any good whatsoever. Um, but like at that point, I was also kind of terrible. So like to me, it was I wasn't any different than them. But I stayed there for quite a long time. I was probably there for a few months, which is a long time for me. But I stayed there for a few months. I started actually getting pretty good. Um, and then I met Levi Thunder, who was in Butthurt Tryhards, and me and him became like really good friends. Which he was in an alliance with Rough Riders. It was only him and this other dude named Jay Meyer and another guy named Krog. And I'd play with them like pretty frequently. And I ended up leaving Rough Riders, saying I pretty much sent out like a little mail. I was like, hey, I'm going to a different corp to like try to get better at the game and get money, pretty much. And I left, and then at some point down that road, I met Jin Rampage. I ran into him one time. I think it was because I like applied for Ancient Exiles because it said they had like it was like a 3.0 lifetime KD requirement or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What
And
you didn't
then
have that at the time?
my weekly was a little over that. I was starting to get a little bit better at the
Mm.
game. Like it wasn't
Okay,
absolutely
so
horrible.
yeah, like how did you said that you weren't good and then you started to get good. I mean, what changed? You just played enough or did you like start just playing with good players or you got enough SP
Yeah,
or
I
what do you think
started
changed?
playing with Levi probably helped me out the most. After I met him, which me and him didn't get along at first. Um, he was like out of that whole alliance, he's definitely the best player. Um, so I kind of just learned off of him.
Didn't that dude run around with a laser rifle a bunch or am I thinking of somebody else?
Yeah, that was him. That was a laser
Yeah,
rifle guy.
I remember the guy. Yeah, him and like Victor Hadar got to be like the two laser rifle aficionados that I can think of.
Yeah, he was really good with the laser rifle. And then 1.7 was actually when I started playing with him very frequently. So we're up in 1.7 now. So I was in Rough Riders for like quite a bit, a long time, which I didn't join his corp until later. But playing with him definitely helped me out a lot. Because I only had like a Galente medium suit at that point, prototype, because like I said, I didn't know what was going on in the game.
Galente
And it,
medium suit.
yeah, Galente medium
God,
GKO.
they had.
He talked me into specking into the
Uh,
Amar Assault. So, funny enough, that's where I got the scrambler rifle because I wanted to try out the laser rifle because he always liked it. But I noticed the scrambler rifle got bonuses to it, and that was after I got the rail rifle. Anyway, I really loved the rail rifle. Before that, I just used the AR. But yeah, so I joined. Or I played with him a lot. I got a lot better. Like I was able to hold like 2.5, like 3.0 KDs if I was running proto gear, and then like around a 2 if I was running advanced. So I wasn't doing just god awful like everyone else was in that corp. Uh, so I ended up meeting Jin Rampage after I got denied from Ancient Exiles, and then he started this corp called Pure
how do
Evil.
you remember how you met him?
I think it might have been he saw I had just like a generic, like I didn't have an actual corp name. So Rampage was like really good at like sucking people's dicks pretty much. Like he was a good
Yeah,
recruiter, like he really
yeah,
was.
I remember Rampage. Yeah.
So he was really good at like recruiting people, and I think we were just in a pub match, and I like ended up doing really good one time with prototype gear, but I had like Hold Fast Syndicate as my corporation,
Oh.
so he's sitting there like, okay, this guy doesn't have a corp. I'm gonna message him. Maybe I can pick up a player, which I'm pretty sure
Oh.
that whole pure evil thing was a scam. So he invites me. I start talking to him. He said he was in Ancient Exiles. And then from there, I met through him. I've actually met a lot of people through Rampage. It was I met Kalante for the first time, which Kalante actually kind of low key did not like me at all in the very beginning because
Yeah,
whenever we go into
you
pub
probably get that a
matches,
lot, huh, bro? I wonder.
yeah, well, like me and Kalante played PS4 and stuff together after that. Like we played different
Yeah.
games. Me and him and Yoshi did, but uh, so like we'd go into ambushes and we'd queue up against each other. It would be me, Rampage, Kalante, uh, Big Boy Bigums, which he was actually, in my opinion, that was the best heavy in Dust I've ever met. Was Big Boy Bigums. There was three of them that rolled around together, and they were all really good at heavies. But I think Big Boy was the best. But it was Big Boy, which he probably barely remembers me. I only played with him like probably for a couple weeks. Him, Tank Gorilla I played with quite a bit, and then Smexy Gorilla was the other one. They all played heavies, and then we would pick up other people. Devin Zer popped in a few times. Um, I think John
Was he
Shepard was there a
AE
couple
at
times.
one point or not?
I don't know. I don't want to say. I want to say that he actually was kind of in the same boat I was, where he just met Rampage and got picked up. But him and Rampage are apparently really good friends, like from what I could tell whenever I was playing
Huh.
with those guys.
Yeah, as long as I ever knew Devin, it was just he was in Fatal. But I mean, that's after
Yeah,
whatever you're talking about now, I think.
yeah. This is still in like 1.7, I think, or
Yeah. Okay.
like early one. Yeah, it has to be 1.7, like mid 1.7. But kept playing with them. But anytime we'd queue in, I would always pull a tank out in ambush. I spec'd into the gun log. He with a blaster can or no, a Madriger with a blaster cannon. I would farm people all day, and I think that's actually why Rampage added me was because I was just farming people with the blaster cannon. So yeah, I played
I
with them quite a bit. Pure Evil ended up like fizzling out. That didn't work because Rampage is a good recruiter, but he doesn't have like the leadership skills, I guess. So we went into a PC one time, I think, and we just got throttled.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people like that. They're good at just getting people together, but they're not good at getting them to, achieve whatever. I think I actually had my other mic turned on, so hopefully my audio's not like messed up for the beginning of the video, but it shouldn't be that bad. I mean, you were mostly talking to me.
Yeah, I heard it in the beginning, but I don't hear it
Oh,
now.
yeah. Well,
It wasn't
I was
too
like,
bad.
I wonder if this is still on. Oh, yeah, you should have told me. But oh well. I mean, I guess my quality isn't generally very high on this channel, anyways. But fixed it now. Okay, so Pure Evil, like who all was in that? It was like a bunch of Ancient
Um,
Exile guys, right? But it was just
yeah,
like
there
Ancient Exile
was
guys that were Rampage's friends, or what? Because I remember the corp
yeah,
to
that was
some
pretty much
extent.
just that. It was pretty much a few guys from Ancient Exiles that were good friends with Rampage, and then people that Rampage was recruiting. Um, so yeah, I
So
played
were
there
you
for a little bit
there?
and I left.
He would
Wait, what?
he formed the corp after you already knew him. So were you there like when he formed it, or what was it?
I think he just formed it when I met him, like just then did, and then he recruited me into it.
So what you said you thought it was a scam? I mean, was it literally just dude was trying to get ISK, or was it just dude was like trying to
I think it
get a little bit
was.
of
I think the
glory? I
corp
mean,
tax was like it was like 15% corp tax, which is like
yeah,
kind of
but
higher than
I think
most.
oh yeah, that's like any corp tax, anything above
It was like
5 is just it's
3%.
just messed up. But even
Yeah.
like really, you should have it maybe like 1% or 2%. Like 15,
Well,
that's
I mean, I did
outrageous.
the same shit, dude. I did the same stuff later on in the game. So I mean, that's why I think it was like at the time I didn't think it was. I probably thought it was like a little fishy, but not like super fishy.
Yeah, but like
My
he like
scammer
what I'm
side hadn't developed yet.
oh, yeah, no, what I'm saying is he could have like that might not have been his primary intention when he formed it. He wasn't like,
Right.
oh, let's get some, but he's just like,
Yeah,
oh,
because he
I'm
was
just gonna
probably rich
fucking
anyway.
15%. I'm just gonna get some ISK. And I mean, well, I don't know if he maybe had it high early because he needed to get some quick money for some PCs or whatever going. And I don't know how that went down exactly, but I mean, I guess that's one thing that could be.
Oh, I
You
mean,
need
like I
to.
said, we did one PC and we got throttled, and that was pretty much
Oh,
that.
is that all that? And then
Yeah,
disbanded,
that
or
after
just no more
that, like
PC?
everyone just kind of left. I think he gave up on it
Mm.
after that, and then everyone kind of left.
Who was it against?
I don't remember. It was probably like,
It must have been a good corp if you guys got throttled. Like, you
well, I mean,
just
we didn't have that
good
good
players with
players. We
even
didn't
no.
have.
Oh, it wasn't that good.
I
Or
like our
you said it
player.
was
Like
or
we had like
wasn't?
four good players, like
Oh,
four
okay.
like really good players, like PC, like
Really? I swear
PC
Pure Evil
active
had it
players.
was like a bunch of or well, more than 4 at least. And I guess I don't know who you fielded in any particular battle, but
Like we had I think Tank played and I think Big Boy played and I think Rampage and then I think John Shepard played. And then dude that actually just might have been it.
oh yeah,
As
and
far
then
as big
didn't
names
what
go.
did John? God, so when do you know about that? God, like when he formed, it was him. It was John
Yeah, I
Shepard,
was
right?
actually
Who
in there for a little
went?
while. Yeah.
Yeah. What is this? Is after when he formed that, or before? Or he already formed it before this?
I think it was after. Or no,
Was
no,
it?
before he formed it like
Yeah,
completely
and
the way he
then
did it.
but then yo, that's
He
like
handed over
really
to
funny to look
5-0.
back on because yeah, you handed it over and then it become like the de facto scrub corp. Like I mean, and there's
Yeah.
like different kinds of scrub. There's like Contraband Joe's corp, which is actually just a mindless army of zombies. But like
Mhm.
God's Memo is the ultimate scrub corp. Yo,
That was
shout out Gam. That shit's too funny.
that was how I met John Shepard. Which I don't think I actually ever joined GAM. I think I joined I joined Second Nature when he started that. I think that was sometime after Pure Evil, when he started Second
Yeah, I
Nature.
feel like that must have been a good little bit later. Maybe. Well, yeah, I don't actually know. It had to be at least in 2014, but I guess we're probably even talking about 2014 at this point.
Yeah.
Imagine.
So after Pure Evil, I went to I want to say I went to probably back to Levi's Corp. I think I went back to Levi's Corp. I didn't go back to it. I just joined it. I joined in
I
there
don't
and
think
played with
I
them.
don't think that website works. The corp tracker or
No,
whatever. I
I
don't
don't
think
think it
that
does
doesn't.
either. I went
Yeah.
and
Okay.
looked at it. I had like over
Yeah. I
200
tried.
corps in my name.
Oh my god. Yeah. I think I tried to look at
Yeah.
it like a while ago, and I don't think it was operational anymore.
Um,
Alas.
I joined Butthurt Tryhards, which was Levi's. Played with them for a little while, and I got a lot closer with those guys. And then like the same thing kind of happened. I was wanting more out of the game, you know. And like pub stomping, you only really get so far. So
Yeah.
then the next place I went to was Inner Hell. Um,
Oh.
and this
So
was
what?
before Destiny came out, right before
Oh
Destiny.
yeah. Yeah. Where,
There's there's a funny story about
our
that.
our
It
our
was
paths are gonna entangle here, but or well in a way. But okay, well, so, no. First, tell me why'd you have to go through Inner Hell, and what was the requirement for joining Inner Hell and going to Outer Heaven? Tell me that first.
they had this weird like cringy thing called Earn Your Wings. So you had to start Inner
Oh,
Hell and like do so many things. Like you have to have 2 PC roles, and then like you have to be able to. I don't know. There was a bunch of stuff. You have to have prototype uplinks and like a bunch of other crap. Like
well,
you
I
pretty
mean,
much have to be a
it
PC ready guy.
yeah,
It was the
it
name
sounds
was
sweaty
cringy.
and nerdy and whatever, but it like I commend them a bit for at least trying to have some structure because in PC it was just like sort of like you could play PC or you couldn't, and like and if you brought people in, you hoped they could actually do it right. Like there was very little of actually training people to do things properly. Like you would just expect them to do it, and then if they
Yeah,
didn't, like you yelled at them or you benched them or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I commend him at least for that, but it just sounds really funny. Yeah, hearing it.
yeah. So I had at that time I did have 2 PC ready roles. Technically, I was a prototype particle cannon and ion cannon on a Gunlagi, and then my Amar Salt prototype with an Imperial Scrambler rifle and a Calicutter
What
rail
did
rifle.
they
I had both those
what did
and
they
two
define as
bolts.
different roles? Like, I mean,
It was like
assault
actual
with rail
PC
rifle
roles,
and
like
assault with scrambler rifle are different roles or not? Like,
no, like
there's
a
no way. Like, it's just
Slayer or a
assault. Oh, okay.
Logi or something
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
No one used Amar Salt in
Well,
freaking
I mean,
PC.
because
No
well,
one.
I was gonna say if you needed two different role, like a lot of players literally never played two roles, right? They just played, or oh, well, maybe they played assault when assault was meta and scout when scout was meta. But well, and there's not that many roles. There's literally just like dropship, tank, logi, heavy, assault slash scout is similar role. Like,
Yeah.
and I guess yeah, I mean it's not that hard to get two of them, but yeah, no, I think a lot of people just basically were just on one roll. Like some people were perma
Mm.
logis, perma heavies, perma.
Yeah, because you
I
find
don't
that
think there were
one
too many
thing that you're
perma
just
vehicles because
extremely
I
good
mean
at, you know?
most of the vehicle players I think could at least do one of the roles. Yeah, and then I was
Yeah.
perma commando, the one and only. But well, no, that's probably not true. But no, I mean I also did other stuff. That's just what I did a lot. Anyways, continue.
I joined
Outer
Inner
heaven, inner
Hell.
hell. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I squatted up. This is where I met Blitz and Sapphire, which me and Sapphire became really good friends after Dust. Not so much during. They're towards the end of Dust, like we played a lot, but after
And when
Dust,
you
we
say after Dust, I assume you don't mean literally when Dust shut down. You mean basically when nobody was playing it anymore.
no, like when Dust shut down.
Oh, literally. Okay.
Yeah, I added him on
Were you still?
PS4,
Did
and
you
I was
still
just
play a lot, like up to when it shut down? Like a
no,
actually decent
I quit
amount?
about 6 months before
Yeah, I
it
mean, I
stopped.
feel like I feel like most of us had, more or less stopped playing. Yeah, 6 or 8 or something number of months before it actually shut down.
Right. Uh, so I met them there. I played with Blitz quite a bit. And then I was there for about a week, and then Destiny came out. And
Yeah,
when Destiny came out, it was like I logged on the next day, and no one was there. No one was on whatsoever.
and then me and the FA boys pulled up and took all the districts and all the money.
Yeah, and then there was people that would brag about that, and I was just sitting there like, I'm from an outsider, like I'm not even in Outer Heaven at that point. I was like, well, I mean, they weren't even really there. Like it
Yeah,
literally, I'm not even
Inner
kidding you.
Hell
It was a
fielded a team,
ghost
but
town.
yeah, OH literally didn't. There was nobody in it. Some of the games had like a handful of people that just queued in, but not. I don't remember one single game where they actually brought a team. And then Inner Hell brought their team,
Yeah,
and they got crushed because the Inner Hell was, not very good.
it was nuts, dude. Like it was literally like I literally just logged on and like no one was there. And I was like, well, this is a bust.
Yeah, I made
Where
like
do I go from here?
hundreds of millions of free ISK there, and that's where I basically got rich. And that game
Uh,
with over a billy, but that's where I made my first few hundred milli, or maybe I might have had like 100 mil or something. Bad stacks off
um,
that for sure.
yeah, it was
So
crazy. I'd never seen anything like it.
how long after you joined you think
It was probably
everyone
about a
started playing
week,
Destiny? Just a week.
maybe two
Yeah.
weeks,
Okay.
maybe a week or 2 weeks. Um, so obviously I
And
left there. I was
that's
like, well,
like
this isn't gonna work.
when did Destiny come out? Was it like September or November? It was around there, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
I say it was one of
somewhere
those
around
two
there.
months.
So I ended up leaving there, and then this is where it starts to get a little odd for me, or not odd. I just can't. There's like a little point that I can't remember.
You joined Cat pretty soon, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that was right. I joined Cap right after that. I joined Capac, and I did a couple PCs.
Yeah, because we must have
Because
been playing with you a little bit because you were in OH and or well for a little bit. You were associated with OH and we played a lot with like OH and Random Guns was the other corp we ran with a lot.
I think I met somebody, and that's how I started playing with you guys.
Oh,
Because
Neck was it
I
Neck?
wasn't in Inner Hell. No, it wasn't Neck. Neck was still on
Oh, no.
Destiny, simping over that.
Oh,
What's her
Roselia?
name?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All of them were simping over her. I wonder
Oh
how
my.
that worked on Destiny. With only like 3-man teams or whatever. Like, how did they get to play with
Was it? Is that what it
Rosalia?
was on Destiny?
It was like 3 or something like that, right?
I think it was
Well, like,
four
I mean, like when you're going
or
through the stories or
oh the
whatever.
story. Yeah, yeah, true. I don't know. They just got mad people in the call and just only a few people. I mean,
Oh yeah, they definitely had a Discord. They
most
had a
people
big
didn't have
Discord
two
going.
hands free to play anyways.
Yeah.
But
uh, so yeah, that happened. I
well, no,
left.
you might have joined right with some. I don't like how McLovin or Tech or who like didn't some of those
That
guys were always
was
like in and out of the corp.
yeah, that was after. That was
Oh,
after.
really? Okay, you didn't know these guys even yet.
So
Okay.
before I met those guys when we started doing PCs against them, and then someone started inviting him to parties, and then
Oh,
they
really?
pretty much
Okay.
plagued our corp. Yeah,
So you don't remember which it was right after? No, I don't. When do you think you joined? Like you don't remember the month, do you?
it was a short time. It wasn't maybe like a month or two after everyone quit playing the game on OH.
Huh?
Um,
Yeah, I mean I'd been running with the Cap guys a lot because I didn't rejoin again till I think it was the very end of December of 2014, and I don't feel like you weren't around until like sometime in 2015, right? Or maybe were you there for
2015 is
the
when they shut the game down, wasn't it? In
no, it's
2015 at some
26
point.
it's 16.
Oh, okay.
2015 is when yeah, it was when we took down Roman the Juggernaut. So were you there
Okay,
for
so it was
that?
actually before
The
that.
little war against against like
Was that when he was in
Murphy's Law and
Murphy's?
FA. Yeah,
Yeah, that was when I was in
that was
Outer
like the first
Heaven.
few days of January. It's like the war quote unquote. It's like the second through the fourth or the sixth or something.
Okay, yeah, I remember now. So at that point, I was in Capac for a little bit, but I ended up leaving because to myself, like I was sitting there and I'd go hard negative and I was like, wow, I'm horrible. I shouldn't even be on this team. So I ended up leaving Capac. But I
You
was
didn't
actually in
think you were good
Capac.
enough for Cap Ack?
Yeah, no, no, I was
Tough.
pissed. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like a
Well, we
little
had a lot of good
egotistical
players, but
kid.
we did not have 16 good players. We were fielding a lot of filler for sure. Okay, but
But
yeah, you weren't living up to
I
your.
was in
Okay, so
there,
what'd you do? You went to the mountains to train?
yeah, something like that, I guess. But I joined Capac. I don't know who we were doing PCs against, but it wasn't. I don't think it was Murphy's at that time. It was someone else. But I ended up leaving. That was around the time I asked you for
Oh,
like some ISK, so that way I could
I
see
feel
what it
like
looks
this
like having
was.
Army.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
That
I
was
mean, it's not.
before. That was before the
That was
second time I
before.
joined
So,
Cap.
wait, it was between. Oh, okay. So it was sure
Yeah,
because I
this
didn't
was
even
after
know.
Inner Hell.
So you might have been in and out of cap without me even like knowing it or something. I'm not sure. But right. So one
Actually, I
time.
don't even think you were in Cap at the time that I was in Cap the first time.
But
Now
you
that I think
okay? But
about it.
no. But you said you were in cap for the when against Murphy's Law or not?
Literally like the first couple fights, that was it.
Okay,
Um,
because I want to say I rejoined cap. It was like it was right when was it? It was right around then. Like that's when I'd been playing PCs with them for a little bit, but I actually rejoined the corp right around the new. I don't remember. It was like the new year, give or take a few days on either end. I don't remember exactly. Um. So yeah. So we must have joined at the like same time or something.
I don't know. I think the first time I remember the only
Okay. No.
whenever I
Because
asked you
well,
for that
but
is
right. We fought Murphy's Law, but then in like a month later we fought State of Purgatory. So are you thinking of that maybe?
no, it wasn't that either.
Okay.
I think I was in it before you were that time that you came back from FA. So after Inner Hell, I'm pretty sure I went to Catback, and then I didn't think I was good enough. They were in the General So's Alliance. This was
Right.
before Neck shit talked the hell out of them and started that war
Okay.
and mass attacked him. So this was before that. Um, way before that actually, because I remember what happens after I joined Catback. So I joined Catback. We did PCs against some people. I did horrible, and I was like, "Wow, I'm just terrible. I need to stay away from this." So then I ended up just trying to get better at the game. Um, to myself, I was already. Wait, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. To myself, I was already like a really proficient tanker. Like I knew that I was like a really good tanker. That was just something that naturally I was good at. I did a lot of it in other games. Um, so then I joined Catback, left Catback, and then I just started like pub stomping a bunch. Um, I met Shady Assassin, which I hated that guy from the moment I knew him, but I also wanted to join Neon Sun. So I was like, I guess I'll just try to be buddy buddy with him so I can get squatted with these guys a little
Why did
bit.
you want to join Neon Sun?
Money.
Money.
That was
Okay, well,
literally it, was
before we get too
money.
far away from it, well, just let the save it. Right. So one time I was in some channel or other, and I'd never met DK before. Maybe I'd probably seen his name in some channel, but like we were just were we in a squad together or something, or were we just in a channel?
We were in a
We were just in a
voice chat.
channel, I think. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
just in a voice channel, and DK was like, "Yo, and I think was it just you and I there? I don't.
No, Ashley was there.
Oh yeah, Ashley was there. Yeah. Anyways, the DK was at. He was like, "Yo, Silver, can you send me? I don't even. It was like a few hundred million. Is like, can you send? Or no, wait. Was it to
It
have?
was like it was like 50 million or something
Oh
like
yeah, it
that.
was to
So I could have
have, so you could
100.
see. Yeah, he's like, can you send me 50 million ISK so I could see 100 million ISK in my wallet? I just want to see it. I'll send it right back. It's like, no, bro. And he just kept pestering me.
So check
And
this out. At that time, I was actually gonna send you that money back. I had not developed my little
oh
my scammy thing. Like I was legit gonna send that back to you.
yeah, but
I
like,
just
okay,
wanted to
so
see it.
why?
Obviously, I know why you didn't trust me,
Yeah,
or
but like,
trust that. Like, 'cause
why did you
that's
want to
messed
see
up.
it? Like, what?
I don't know. I just wanted to see 100 million, see what it looked like, because you know it always changed when you got the extra decimal or the extra integer or whatever. But
Okay.
yeah. So that was why I did that. That was legit. I wasn't actually gonna scam you there. Um, but yeah, so I joined Neon Chan through Shady Assassin, and I mean I didn't join it through him. I talked to people in Neon San about it. I just met them through Shady,
So what was their
and
requirement to join the main corp?
Actually, that was I got there in a week, and Shady Assassin was super pissed about that. But Shady like held himself to such like a high regard, and he was actually kind of a terrible player.
What?
And
Okay,
he
I
was like,
don't. I know that name, but like I don't. Who is this? He just like some Nyan San guy?
he's
Is
some
he? But he's like garbage or
shitty
something. I
like
don't.
Japanophile
Oh.
weeaboo, like Neon San street trash, like bottom absolute
Street
like
trash.
yeah, like I'm serious. He was the bottom tier of Neon San that you could possibly be, but he held himself to like a really high regard.
Was it like
So he's
Shady
sitting there.
Assassin 23 or something? Is that what it was?
No, it was just Shady Assassin
Is it?
spelled with
Okay.
like assassin. Yeah.
That's how
But
you spell it. Yeah.
that is how you spell it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Double
it
ass
is.
in. Yeah.
Anyways, so Shady Assassin, he like held himself to a high regard, and I was like, well, what if I get in Neon Chan? How long it'll take to get to San? He's like, well, I was in Neon Chan, and it took me about like 2 months to get into Neon San, so it'll probably take you a little bit longer than that. I was like, oh, okay. So like I low key like challenged myself. I was like, I'm gonna
Well, no. So
fucking
what? You just
destroy
had
this
to
guy's
prove
record.
that you were good. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah, you
on
just had to
any
prove
like
you're good. There
specific
was no,
requirements.
nope, not at all. They just had to think you were like a really good player and that you're okay
And
to be
so
around.
how did you negotiate that? Like you just like how did you get in a position to show that you were a good player? You just like tried to
Okay, so I
squat
kept
up with
squatting
them,
with
or
him.
what did you do?
Yeah, I literally just squatted with him. For the like it was I think this is during a summer break or something like that, but I squatted him with him for a whole like week, like just straight, and I was just sweating my balls off trying to go ham. And I feel like that's where I actually like kind of became a way better like shooter in Dust because during that week I was just sitting there playing and it was towards the end of the week. I went on the weekly kill board and I was trying to be number one weekly kill board and I ended up being number one. I had 7,000 like
Oh yeah,
500 kills
yeah.
and then like a
I
7.0
think
KD.
this must. I think I was doing this too, right? This is the same, or well, I mean, I wasn't. I was just playing a ton and I was getting up really high because it was on Wednesdays or Tuesdays, right when it reset.
Yeah.
So if you played a bunch that day, you'd be really high for the reset week. Or was there a daily one too? There was, right? There was a daily.
No, it was
Or
weekly,
no, was it just?
monthly, and
Yeah, okay,
then
okay. Well, but effectively, the weekly one was a daily one on the day that it reset. But I remember, yeah, I think so. It must have been the summer of it. No,
I
wait,
think that was
15.
14 probably or 15.
Well, okay, no, wait. The game came right. Uprising dropped in 2013, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was May 14th, 2013, and then and and then yeah, next year rolls around, and 2014 is the Rouge wedding thing. And then yeah, 2015 or well, I mean, maybe you're unless you have your timeline wrong, maybe you could have been playing a bunch of the summer of 2014, but that's before Destiny and stuff. And then
Well, it might have
2015
been
is
some other time.
when when you were in cap for any amount of I don't know, is when presumably when we met each other, or maybe it was like late 14, but
No, after I met
I
you, then I
assume
went
at
to
this
Neon
point we're talking
San.
about 2015.
Uh, let's see.
No, I guess I wouldn't have been.
Okay, so I was in
Oh, I
Cap
might have
before
still been
Neon
playing a
San,
ton. Yeah.
I think. I joined again. I joined Cap like 3 times. Okay, so the second time I was in Cap, that's when I went to Neon Sun, and I think that was in the very. No, it couldn't have been, or maybe it was. Actually, I think it was in the very beginning. I was only in Neon Sun for like a week. After I got accepted, they sent me money, and then I left.
Oh,
I
they
think
did
that's where it all
like
started.
paychecks.
Yeah, they'd send you money if you ever wanted it.
Uh,
They told me how to do it, but
is
some
that
guy like I think Yoshi told me how to do it,
you didn't send
how
an
to get money
application?
from him.
So was that still when they had when they had a ton of districts, or did they just have a ton of money
Oh
left
yeah,
over
they
from
had the
when they had
nighttime
the
districts locked, and it was just 30% of Molten Heath just sitting there for the longest time,
that?
or whatever it was.
It's so
But
hard
it
to
was after
remember. Well,
district farming.
because yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, you weren't. It wasn't farming anymore, right? So how were they making the money off the districts?
They just had it so much saved up already. Like it was 27. They had 27 trillion
Oh,
in their corp wallet. Yeah, but so I had like 7,000
that's
kills that
so
1 week with a
fucked.
yeah.
27 trillion.
I had I had like 7,000 kills that week. I was number one, and I had like a 7.5 KD. Uh, the dude I was playing with a bunch, I can't remember who the leader was at that time. Anyways, I was like, hey, This was literally, I was one weekend in Neon Chan. I was like, hey, when can I join Neon Sun? He goes, hold on, I check. And I was like, okay.
Ooh.
And then I guess he went and added me as a contact and looked, and he was like, you join now. I was like, oh, okay. So then I joined in there. And then about 5 days later, somewhere around there, like it was almost a week, I started playing in advanced gear in front of one of the leaders. And he's like,
Oh.
Devilish Killzone, you need money? And I was like, yeah. And I had like 50
Yeah.
million. I had like 50 million at the time. And this dude just drops 400 on me.
Oh. Jeez. Who is
So
this?
free 450 million. I can't remember his name.
Is Kaizuka? Was he
Uh,
the?
no, he wasn't in charge. He'd already left, I think, at that point, and he started his Carne con Papas around
Oh
that time.
yeah.
But who was it? I don't remember who
Oh,
it
it's like
was. He
Moo
was.
something, right? Was
Oh yeah, yeah. Moo Juice. We called him Moo Juice.
I
Or no,
remember
I
his
don't
name
think
had
that was
Moo
it.
in it. I think right. I can't
No,
believe I
wait.
even remember
I
that.
don't
Or
think that was
is
him
not
either.
him? No, I swear that
No,
was.
that
I
wasn't
swear
him
that was
either.
the CEO. Anytime I looked it up.
That was Cow Chan. Moo Juice was who we called Cow
Oh
Chan. We called
shit.
him Cow Chan. Um, but no, it wasn't Cow Chan. It was someone else. It was like Suzuki. I think it was Suzuki. It was Suzuki something. Anyways,
Was
he sent me 400 million. It was like Suzuki, like six. I don't know his name. There's no way I'll ever remember that. I was only in
was
there
he
for a week.
good?
He was okay. He wasn't
But yeah,
great.
because
He
I
was
don't.
like
I
a
feel. I feel like if he was good, I would know that. Because
well, most
right
of the
from
actually like most of the leaders of Neon Sun were not that good at
yeah,
all.
there were like three like unholy good like I don't know were the Japanese player like it was like Kaizuka and there was like two
Milkman,
others, Milkman, and there was like oh yeah Milkman, and then there was like one other
Akitan was really good.
maybe yeah, and there's one that
Cao
had
Chan.
like a female sounding that maybe not uh yeah maybe, I don't know maybe it was the ones you just met, but they would like always run together and they would just like run vehicles whenever they could.
Yeah.
If the modules allowed and whatever, and if not, they just ran around in their absolute death squad and they literally died, or
Yeah.
literally never died, and they probably were doing
I
fucking
I
seppuku
played
in
against
their
him
minds when
so
they did
much.
die. Yeah, because
I played
they
against him
never
so
stopped
much.
playing. I don't.
They only played ambush, and
Yeah, that was
whenever I
God.
was in Outer Heaven,
Those were the names you did not want to see. I mean,
no, we wanted to
unless
see
you really
him.
wanted to
Yeah, we wanted to
challenge or
fight
whatever.
him.
But if you're trying to
Yeah,
win, if you're trying to get farm your risk in your pubs or whatever, these were
Blitz used
not.
to get so fucking mad in those pub matches too. So
God.
mad.
That's got. I didn't even play against them that much and because and again they were just like in vehicles most of the time, so I wasn't even interacting with them. Or well, I didn't even play a lot of ambush because like that's I don't know. That's just not. It's just like not good for your mental unless you have to roll around if you want to keep winning ambushes you just have to roll around with a death squad like at least in
Yeah,
skirmish you can just get like a you can just get a squad of whoever like people that actually just coordinate you can still kind of you can like have
like
fun
cat points,
playing some
flip
objective
them and
you
stuff.
might not you might not win the game but you can feel impactful and stuff ambush of
Yeah.
course it's just literally kills and deaths.
Uh, but yeah, so I was in Neon San, and then I ended up leaving Neon San because I met Zeke Donovan, and I started playing with him. Well, then Delta Blitzkrieg came back to the game, and Zeke was at hell at that time.
He was
Um,
what?
he was in Inner Hell whenever I
Oh,
was,
okay.
so that's how I knew him. So he invites me. We just start playing. I squatted with him a couple days, and then Blitz had the idea of starting up Outer Heaven again, or I guess he was thinking of it anyway. So then in a squad, he pretty much was like, dude, I want you to join, and I want you to just be a tanker for my PC battles, because he saw me like tanking an ambush. We were playing against Kaizuka Sniper, and I was always putting up good numbers against that death squad, whether I was on the ground or in a tank. I started putting up really good numbers against him. So he recruited me, and then Zarya joined, and he got her as like the leadership, I guess, like the second in command. Zeke was in there. Emperor Avers joined. Um, then there was another guy that came in. Anyways, there ended up being 6 of us, and then Capac, you guys actually fielded our squad one day, and I think you have that recorded. Like one of the
Against
first times. It was against Murphy's Law, I believe. That was when that started,
hmm.
and you fielded us for the first time, a full squad of us, or almost a full squad of us. And Blitz was sitting there. He's like, "All right, guys, let's pretend like we know what we're doing."
Oh yeah.
That one time.
Was that's in
Um,
that's in one of the videos? Is it?
yeah, that's in one of the videos. It was on a bridge map. I remember it because I owned whoever we were playing against with tanks. I was redlining them. I was pretty good at redlining people. I was pretty baller during that
Was
time
that
as a
was that a
tank
game
dude.
I organized or a game that Shep organized?
Shepherd was
Yeah, it's
FC that
probably.
one, and then Blitz just kept piping in every now and then saying some dumb shit.
Yeah, and I think I kind of remember this game. I want to say I was on the inside squad, maybe, or maybe I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
think
thinking of
you
a different
were.
game. I feel like I
I think
was.
Outer Heaven, we were on the outside. We didn't have any inside
Yeah, weren't
players
we
at
getting
that
like
point.
mopped on the inside? Like their whole team was on the inside or something, or
Yeah.
like a like more. They had more
Yeah.
people on the inside than us, and so you
Well, they
guys
were
were just
known for
decimating
heavy
them on the
spam.
outside.
They had crazy ass heavy spam, man. They just had so
Yeah,
many
yeah, they did.
heavies.
They did.
But so yeah, that happened. Uh, and then you guys gave us districts when we were actually able to field our own team. Which we would have to bring in ringers from you guys for a little while in the very beginning. Then we started doing practice PC against you guys, and like we kind of got destroyed for a little while. I think it was like for a couple weeks. You guys were just owning us in catback, but then we like started picking it up and not sucking anymore. And then we started playing against FA. FA beat us a couple times, and then we kind of just came back and like beat the shit out of those guys. Like we definitely knocked them around a little bit. I think they got kicked out of PC at one point for a little while, didn't they? I think
FA.
they got down to like yeah, they got down to like 9 districts after we came back, or even less than that probably. It was
Yeah,
like
they
six
might have.
districts.
Well, I mean,
It was
they
because Blitz
they
hated their
definitely like
guts,
fell
and I hated their
off.
guts too. I'm not gonna lie, I hated their
I mean,
guts too. They were pissing me off.
I think a lot of their good players like stopped playing or left or probably just stopped playing in general. Though I'm not
So
sure.
when Shep gave us
What-
districts, they launched attacks and then they'd win and then they would shit talk because we just started back up. They would just
Uh,
shit talk for like, well, you guys are terrible. They tried taking our districts from us. And then finally, like we picked it up and we came back and we like whooped them into nothingness. And I remember it was one of the biggest like dickheads in FA, like truly annoying people was like shit talking in there one day. He's like, "Well, you guys are just taking out the competition, huh? You don't want to have us to have any districts, so we
oh,
can't fight back." And it's like,
well, I
man,
mean, I don't want to
how the
start
shoes
saying
have
names
like
because
turned.
it sounds like I'm saying who's annoying. Who? Well, there's like Dareth. There's like Harry Balls, but that was like an alt of a guy who I don't even remember this dude's name now. There was like What was this guy's name? Thunder something. I don't know. God hates lags. Devin. I mean
Devin and God
Zatara, but
hates. No, no, not God hates. Devin and someone else always got into it with me. I always got into it.
Thunder Groove is the guy
But
I was thinking. Yeah.
the person I hated the most from FA was definitely Maximus Mobius. That guy was literally like the most retarded dude I'd ever met in my
I
entire
don't
life.
even know who that.
He's like, I am the pinnacle of tanking. Like he would literally
I do
preach
remember he was
himself
a
to be the
tanker
pinnacle of
though.
tanking.
Oh.
And every time we went into PCs, I would redline him, and then he'd be like, "DK, you're so easy. I take care of you so easy." I'm like,
Oh!
"You were in the red line the whole game. What do you mean?" And like everyone in our
Who
corp
is?
knew it too. And
Oh,
then they would make
Ghost
these forum
Shadow.
posts. They're like, "Go Shadow." I
That
have a
guy
funny
is
story
so
about him
annoying.
too.
I hate that guy.
I'll wait till later on to tell that, but I have a pretty funny story about him as well. But so yeah,
The
so
dude is always spamming the military or the sniper copy pasta or whatever it is. The where he's like, I have this
yes,
many confirmed kills. This.
yeah. But so we kept playing against them in PC. I had one game that was like a meme. They took a picture of it. I think they fielded Ari Rana at one point, or no, that was in Murphy's Law when we were going against them. But in FA, uh, Dareth pulled a Python on me. Maximus pulled a Gunlagi, and Myth Tanker had a Forge Gun, and someone else, which Myth Tanker, in my opinion, was the best Forge Gunner in Dust. There was no one that could touch Myth Tanker. Like when I was tanking, he was always on FA. He was always my top priority to take out. Like I didn't care if there was two tanks in front of me. Like Myth Tanker was always the problem. He mad respect to that guy. But they pulled out like two tanks, Myth Tanker, and then Dareth, and it was on a cargo hub because basically I was just sitting on the highway uncontested because I had Maximus redline. and I was sniping into the cargo hub. And at this point, I was like 14-0 off of just railgun shots into the cargo hub. So then they started spamming me. I ended up going like 25-0 with a particle cannon. They never killed me. And I just played the field perfectly, I guess. I don't know, but I shot down Dareth. I one-shotted Myth, and then Maximus pushed up and I killed him, and then someone else pushed up and I killed them. Like in about like a 3-minute time span with a railgun, which is pretty impressive, you know, because your modules aren't recharging and stuff like that. It was just the way I played it. I guess I kind of just outsmarted them. But during that time, you know, I don't want to be the guy that's like I'm the best tanker in the game, because there was tankers that gave me problems. Actually, there was only really one that comes to mind, but I definitely like mopped the floor with Maximus Mobius on the regular, and everyone for some reason just like sucked his cock and said he was like a really good tanker.
Yeah,
And
I don't
it's
even
like,
I don't even
I just
actually
asked
know.
Badger if you're a good tanker, because
Oh,
literally
Badger
like,
Rager. That was
he was on
that's
the
Harry
catwalk
Balls, right? I
cell.
think that's Harry Balls.
Probably, but he was on the catwalks that entire match, and I sniped him off of it like 4 times, and then I was
Oh
sniping
wait,
their heavies out of the pocket, or not the pocket, the undercover letter, like from the highway up by the tower. Like whenever Mobius was just sitting in the red line, I just sit there and snipe his infantry out of the
is that the
out of
guy's
the point.
Badger Rager, or am I thinking of a different guy?
Badger Rager, yeah, yep,
There's another
that's him.
Badger guy that I knew like a long time. Well, I don't even remember what his name is now, but yeah, I'd never really recognized too much who were like the good and bad tank players, because it was like immaterial
You
to
know, it's
me.
off to the
Like
side.
I
Yeah.
just knew people that I knew some people that were like bad tankers, but I just like never
Warrior
like
Kill.
you know, if like Warrior, yeah, or like
Warrior Kill
Jerial.
was another one of those morons, dude.
But
Warrior Kill was sitting there one day, and I remember I redlined him, and I shot down Shepard like 3 times while he was trying to fly into the city, and I guess Shepard was getting pissed at Warrior Kill or something. But after the match, Warrior Kill's like, "Wow, GK, you're trash, bro. You're just taking out Shepard's Python like that." I was like, "Well, I had nothing else to shoot at," and he's like, "You could have shot at me." I was like, "Dude, you were hiding in the red line the whole game." And like he's like, "Bro, you're easy. Like, give me up against a
you're
good opponent
easy.
like this."
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, "Are
Warrior
you
Kill
kidding me?"
and his brother, his well, not literal, his his blood brother Lone Wolf were
Lone
just
Wolf.
yeah, we're just absolute goons. But yeah,
They
good
were
and bad
goons,
tankers,
dude.
because I mean I just sit on the red line and I can't actually really shoot swarms at tanks, like they're just too far away. So it didn't. I don't know. Other people had to deal with tanks, I guess.
Yeah.
Or really we
Uh,
had to cower, and you know, our tanks had to deal with tanks. What else? Nothing else.
Yeah,
deal
when
with
we were
tank-
going
Or
against
well,
you
forge
guys,
guns
like
can kind of do it.
out the outside letters, like were just untouchable. Everyone complained about OH tank spam, but honestly, like whenever people would tank spam against us, like you know, I always had that shit under control. Like that's why tank spam never worked against us. Like they could pull out tanks, but I would always shit on them. Like Murphy's Law tried it 1 match, and I remember this one specifically because um I was tanking against those 2 dudes. There was one, it's like it was like Viper. There was another one named I think it was Thermoris Togeris in there.
Oh, he was. Did he tank? I mean, he was a. He was in.
There was
He
2
didn't.
of them that were just they were
Oh,
god awful tankers in
random
Murphy's
guns.
Law. No,
Oh no,
Murphy's Law. This
Thermoris
was
was
Murphy's
in.
Law.
That's a random gun guy.
Okay, well I didn't know if he was in Murphy's.
XC7. I think
XC7.
tank.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Or yo, he
Okay,
was
so
bad. I don't know. He joined. He
he was
defected from. And I don't even know if he tanked for us really though. He was an okay. I don't even remember what he was. Heavy or something was his infantry role.
no, he was an assault.
He joined.
He was an assault player.
Was he? Are you
Yeah, because
really?
the
Are you
first
sure?
time he was
Because he was
actually
in Cap after Murphy's Law. He joined Cap and he like stuck with Cap for a while, if
quite a
not
while.
forever.
Yeah.
I swear he played heavy.
He might have, but he was in a tank. This Viper dude was in a tank. Well, anyways, they pulled those 2. Ari Rana was in the match with Roman. Ari even pulled a tank, and then 2 other people pulled tanks. And me and Death Surrounds were sitting on the highway, and all of a sudden I see 5 gun lodges pulling down the
Oh,
highway.
yeah, that's
I
the
was like-
Roman way.
I was
Just
like-
if you can't beat them, just do what they're doing, but just have everyone on your team do it.
I was like, Death? He goes, what? And I was like, look down the highway. And he turned and looked down the highway. He's like, oh my God. So we both flicked all our mods on, and we literally pieced those tanks up so fast. Like, we killed 5.
Yeah, I mean, like
It
a
was
good
like
tanker's gonna beat a bad
45
tanker,
seconds.
and the whole tanks. I mean, people complain about OH tanks, but it's like, I mean, if you happen to be good at tanking, like there's just nothing that beats tanking except for tanks. Like if you're out in the open, you in ADS can beat you. Like if they can just stay over you or whatever. But if you're in a city, they can't do that. Swarm launcher's not good enough to beat a tank. Like a forge gun's the only infantry thing that can take on a tank, but it's still not like consistent enough. You can die easily and like you have no mobility when you're doing that. It's just like you know you had to send a tanker to kill a tanker, and if you were the best tankers, you were just there's nothing that could be done to stop you. It was just the meta was just broken in that way for a long time.
Yep. But
Okay, so
no,
tell what do you want to tell
we were dominating.
your Ghost Shadow story?
Oh yeah, Ghost Shadow. So this was after Player Trading got released. So I'd known Ghost Shadow a little bit. We'd played together. I met him in Neon Sand, I believe. So he squatted up a little bit.
He was in
So for
Nyan
some
Sen?
reason, yeah, he was, yeah, for a little while.
Oh, really?
So he
That
thought me
guy
and him were like,
was he
yeah,
good?
yeah, he was
Wasn't
in
he
there. He was
garb?
talking about it. Yeah, he
Maybe
was
not
pretty
like total
terrible.
garb, but he was pretty bad.
He was like a
Because he
3.0
right, he
in
like
Total
hung.
Gear.
Oh, okay, there's a lot of people that like hung with the like high tier players, but were just like bad by those actual standards, right? And he was like one, like some silly rabbit type, type shit.
Yeah. Anyways, so after Player Trading came out, um, obviously I just started scamming the hell out of people. And Ghost Shadow joins my squad like a
Yeah,
couple
what was
days
your
after
origin
Player
story?
Trading
Why'd
comes
you
out.
do that, dude? Why'd you become a scammer? What drove you to
Oh
that?
man, I think at that point, I'd already like trolled so much and other stuff like that. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a name for myself and just be a little dick, pretty much like a little dickhead. So for some reason, I guess, because everyone had like that little story on what kind of guy you were in Dust. Some people were like pretty good guys, some people were just horrible people.
Yeah,
Like
it
that one
was
guy that
that
got
was
dubbed
definitely one of the few like I think online games like that there where it had a community built in a way that like everyone knew everybody's name, or well, not everybody, but people that
yeah,
were
well, all the
prevalent in the
relevant
community.
people. Yeah.
People that played the game a lot or were in big corps or post on the forums, but like names got around. It was a small community, and there were like a lot of ways to see other names. Yeah, so people had a lot. Yeah, reputations for sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted a horrible reputation. I wanted to be like a
But
bad guy in
why?
that universe. I just wanted to be a
No,
bad
you were
guy in
just
that
greedy.
universe was
You were
all.
like you were just greedy
Well,
at
not
any
only I mean
cost.
I had plenty of ISK at that point. Like Blitz was giving me lots of ISK, because of like the tanking and PCs and whatnot. I literally I just wanted to be like a bad guy. I was
Yeah, I mean, I
like at
was kind
that
of
point
greedy too. I was piling on my ISK, but everyone knew how much ISK I had because it was in like every or well, they could find out easily. Like, dude, bro, I saw on your video you have 800 million ISK. Why are you trying to get like? Sorry, bro, I need more.
uh so yeah, I don't know, I just want to be the bad guy. So I started scamming people.
Okay, so and you scam
And
Ghost Shadow.
no, I didn't scam Ghost Shadow. So Ghost Shadow joined my squad one day. He's like, "Hey man," I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Bro, some of these people were saying that you're scamming people out here and like you're a bunch of like you're just trolling them and whatnot." And I was like, he was like, I stuck up for you. I said, "Man, he wouldn't do that. He's a good kid." And I was like, "No, I'm scamming the shit out of people." He
Yo.
goes, he goes, "What? Why are you doing that for?" I was like, "I don't know, because it's funny." And then he's like, "Man, that's messed up. I stuck up for you and everything." And I was like, "Okay, and I'm supposed to care why?" And he's like, he just left
How
the
well did
squad.
how well did he know you?
Not very well. We squatted together like a few times, and he thought we were like best buds from high
Oh,
school or something. It was really weird. But yeah. So that was a Ghost Shadow story.
okay, but in the
Um,
other day you said you remembered like, it was like a Gam story or something.
oh yeah, game story.
Let me
So
hear the Gam
yeah,
story.
back to Denizzle for Shizzle. Uh, so 5-0 obviously hands over leadership to Denizzle. I squatted up with him
Yo, that oh
one
god,
time.
I need to do an Ashley interview. That'd be a killer interview. The true Gam perspective.
I was sitting there and I was like, this Nizzle guy invited me and I joined him and he was like, "Bro, I recognize your PlayStation username." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, we used to play Battlefield together." And I looked at his and it was like a Elite Recon or something like that. And I was like, "Wait a minute, I know this guy." And
Hmm.
like we had been playing Battlefield before, and I'd never met him in the Dust universe. Like I just ran into him. So he invited me, and at this point, I was in I want to say I was in. I think I was in Neon Sun at that point. So this or Neon Chan maybe, or I was just about to join him, or maybe I was in Outer Heaven, or it might have been even before that. But anyways, I joined him, and this was probably like the first like really trolly thing I did. He was like, so like, what can you do? Like, cause he had a PC and he wanted to field me in it. So I was like, I mean, I can do tanks and all kinds of stuff. He's like, well, it's a 3-point cargo hub, so we could use a tank. And I was like, okay. So I was like, I'll run a blaster tank for you, and if they pull out railguns or tanks, I'll pull out a railgun. So I was like, do you want me to just play over B? He's like, yeah, don't let anyone touch B. And I was like, okay, no one will touch B. And I pulled out my Madruger with
Oh my
reps and an
god,
ion
yeah, and you
cannon.
started team killing.
I
Yeah.
went over to B, and it didn't matter what color you were, you died. I kept that point neutral for
Oh my
probably about
god.
70% of the game.
I think I remember
I,
this story. I think I've maybe heard this before from. I don't think I've
it's
heard
like
from you though. I think
70% of
maybe
the
I have.
game.
I don't know. This fucking
Like
guy that I fielded my PC
everyone
just
was
started.
bitching. No. That's a different story. There was another one I low key AWOX, which this one was like a minor AWOX, I guess, because
And
they
then,
ended up winning the
well,
match.
tell
They held the city
a
because it was
walk.
against some shitter corp. They held the city against like some shitter corp, and then they had home point, and then I just kept B like neutral for like 70% of the match. And then like they stopped pushing on B, and my team stopped pushing on B, so I just drove off, and then one of the plebs came in and hacked B. Which Dan wasn't really that mad at me for it. He was like, "Oh, I guess I told you no one touches B," and like, at this point, he's just happy that he won a PC, I guess.
And the
And
GAM universe. I mean, you'll
he's
take
like,
the
maybe
rare
I can have
W
this
for
guy
sure.
field again. Yeah. So that match ended, and that was it. I just team killed. There was a bunch of people bitching about it, like everyone was crying about it that they won the match, and I was like, oh, whatever, you guys suck.
What was
I
the
just
other?
fucking.
What was the other AWOX?
The other AWOX was way later in the game after Outer Heaven. I think I left Outer Heaven, or I was in Outer Heaven and I did it. Um, it was in that corp Terra Rising. I don't know if you remember them, but it was started by Adolf Steele. And
No, don't know that corp or that person. I don't
okay,
think.
so it was I met them through, I think, probably Kaiser Sosa, because I started playing with him quite a bit. Um, so I went into a PC for them, and they wanted me to tank for him, and he gave me like 10 million, and or it might have been less than that. It might have been like 5 million. So I was like, okay, free ISK, and then I can just do whatever I want. So I went into the PC match, and as soon as the match started, before they could kick me out of the chat, because he'd have to get on his Eve character and a bunch of other crap. Uh, Literally the match started. I jumped out of the drop shit or out of the ship. I jumped out,
MCC.
I dropped a Maddie ion cannon. As soon as I hit the ground, I jumped in and started team killing everyone. And then I
God.
took my mic, I took my mic and I put it up to my phone and played that doot 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 da 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 doot 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 da 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 da. You know that like little weird
I
tribal song?
maybe I can't place it. Just saw that. I remember another and maybe multiple other PCs where it was like a Roman PC and somebody got an alt in there and they would just like play something on the
Hey,
mic for
walks
like the
it.
whole. It was like
Usually it was
I saw it was like
Myth Tanker did that
oh
a
yeah
lot.
myth yeah myth taker.
CPM AWOX was this little thing.
Oh yeah.
Team killing everyone. About 2 minutes in, they tried team killing me, but it just
And
it
that
didn't
was
work. They would
whose corp you said? Which
Adolf
corp was that?
Steele.
Oh yeah, right.
Adolf Steele. He's like sitting there. He's like some German guy, I think, and he was just sitting there like, man, this fucking guy. Why fuck you shoot him? I was like, I was just laughing because I could hear him talking through my headset because my headset was like right next to me. It was just playing that do 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 like super loud. And yeah, I just kept team killing them. Someone would try to drop a tank, I'd team kill them and then blow their tank up. So I probably killed like quite a bit, millions worth of stuff.
Jeez.
McLovin was in there laughing his ass off. Kaiser was in there laughing, and then I think Glob was in there laughing. We were all in there just dying at this
I'm
shit.
trying to. What is Kaiser's other name that he goes?
Sosa.
What?
Kaiser
No,
Sosa.
it was like his tag, his PlayStation tag, not his
Oh,
dust
40
name.
ounce Morty.
Yeah, okay. Or wait,
Um,
no, that was his dust name, right? And Kaiser was his tag.
No, Kaiser was his dust name. 40 ounce Morty was his PSN name.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because we played.
Kaiser's
Right.
dust.
Because we played Rainbow with a bunch of Glob and
Yeah,
McLovin and Tech and
Elite
him and
Jordan, I think was
a
or
ton of
Elite
other people.
something. Not Jordan Elite. That guy's a different guy, but Elite. It was like Jordan XX Jordan
You
something,
talking
but
about Glob's
that was
name?
Globs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, I AWACS the shit out of that. That was I think after player trading, so I don't know what they expected trying to field me. I also AWACSed the ginger guy. I can't remember his name.
The ginger guy.
He was the leader of one of the
Oh.
corps.
The like the Roman aligned guy.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember his name.
Oh, what is this guy's? Yeah, I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
He sounded fat, and he also was
Yeah, I
only a
don't remember.
Forge gunner, and he was pretty terrible.
But he was the CEO of what was the corp even? I can't even.
I don't know. I can't remember it.
Was Roman in this corp or was it just in Roman's alliance?
It was in Roman's Alliance, I think. They weren't
Yo,
like a terrible corp.
they were no, they were like really. They were one of the best corps at one point. If
Hmm.
we're thinking of the same, yeah. Oh, yo, I might have to. If I can't remember this, I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and like find the name and stuff. Okay, well, I don't know. We'll try to remember it. All right, but so tell me about your. So you tanked a lot and you played Amar Assault. I mean, were those and then what
In
rail
the very
rifle a
beginning,
bunch?
yeah.
Yeah. So like, what were your
Yeah.
what was the path you took to play all of your different suits and vehicles and did you you didn't dropship, did you? I don't think really. You just
I dabbled in it, but I wasn't.
sure,
I
and you
didn't do it a
didn't.
lot.
I imagine you didn't really heavy Logi scout any of that.
I did. I did mess around with some scouts. I
Yeah,
actually
didn't
really.
didn't
I
we
got pretty good
all?
at
Oh
scouting.
man,
I got
1.8
pretty good at
scouts were
scout.
heinous.
Yeah. I messed around with the heavies quite a bit too. Towards the end. But I ended up ultimately my favorite suit was definitely the Assault CKO after I got into it. The Amar will always hold a special place in my heart because of the scrambler rifle and all that. I fell in love with that, but that wasn't my PC ready kind of fighting because frame rate would drop and single shot weapons sucked. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, when
Amar Assault
when
was because of
when all the
Levi.
other weapons are so easy to use, and then there's actually some that have something that make them
Yeah.
not easy to use. All right, I gotta I'm gonna go on YouTube and see if I can find this.
But yeah, Amar Assault was because of Levi. Uh, Tanking, I just did on my own. I loved tanking in Battlefield. I was really good at it, so I just did that because of myself. The next suit I got was Galente Scout, and I did that for PC. So I got Shotgun Scouts. That was my first introduction to Scouts, and I was not good at it the first time I tried. And then in OH, while I was in OH, we finished that war with State of Purgatory and all them. Blitz left the game, and then like a lot of like he left Solar, which he got Solar in the corp, and I was really pissed about that because that was a guy that we were fighting. I was like, you just let the enemy into the corp, like that made me super mad. So I left for a couple days and I came
What
back.
corp was Solar in before?
He was in Murphy's Law before that. He
Oh
he
yeah.
joined Outer Heaven, but so I got pissed about that. I was like, this is just good. I knew it was gonna start like a cascade, like of horse shit. So then Delta Blitzkrieg left, but he left Solar Koyo, Death Surrounds,
Oh
and
yeah, the
and
tribunal.
5
Those guys are terrible leaders.
And he was like, okay, listen, so the reason why I'm doing this is because Solar actually cares about the corp. 5
Oh.
recruits everybody. He's a care bear. And then Death Surrounds doesn't give a shit. So, like, together, they'll work together really well. And I was like, yeah, this is going to fucking fail and backfire. So, Death Surrounds and Solar immediately recruited in, like, half of the Titans of Phoenix guys, which I think that's actually, it's Kazu something. That's the ginger guy,
Cardi.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh
Cardia!
no.
Cardia Scorpio!
What? That's not who you talk. That's not the ginger guy.
Yeah, that's the ginger guy.
What? No. I'm gonna find this guy's name. Cardius, or maybe Cardius also. No, Cardia was just the Titans of Phoenix leader.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's the
we were
ginger
not talking
guy.
about the same core. We're talking about. I gotta find it though. Maybe I don't even have a PC against them. Yo, it's like it was like the corp I'm thinking of. It's like a really official sounding name, like Cap. I think.
Escrow
Escrow.
removal?
Yes. Who's the CEO of that? Who's that CEO?
Oh, I don't know.
This is the
Oh,
guy I'm
wait,
trying
no,
to
I know
think
who you're
of.
talking about. Oh, that he was actually pretty good at the game. He wasn't terrible.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I was mostly focused. Wasn't this guy Ginger?
I don't know, but no, we knew Cardi as the weird ginger guy.
Okay. I didn't know much about cardio.
I
I
I, I
did I talk
AWACS'd
to him?
him.
Guy's name. I gotta know this guy's name. Yeah, Cardi. I know that guy's name. He walks them. Yeah, do you, there was like a whole he had a whole workers revolt. Do you remember when I did the interview video with it was like Alias and maybe like Z Storm and like Poison DA and like 3 other people and they were all talking about yeah, Cardi be lying, Cardi be shit. You don't remember this?
No,
Never watched that
I don't
vid?
think I watched him. No. Uh, but yeah, so I AWACS'd him. But in OH, let's see, what was I talking about? Oh yeah,
Letting all
so
the
he
Titans
recruited
of
all those
Phoenix
guys
guys.
in. All the top guys got in. Which I mean, I was good friends with them, but I was like, man, these guys are just not OH material, like for
Well,
what
the
we
the
were playing
core of that
as.
core, they were like the biggest core poppers of all time. Like that was the core
Yeah,
popping core.
yeah. Uh, so they all joined, and this is when the corp started going downhill. Um, they all joined, and it became a shit show. Blitz came back one day, and there's this dude named Taylor something that 5-0 recruited. He was literally like one of the shittiest players I've ever seen. We brought him into a PC, and he took a Gallogi, and he only had like one scanner on his whole Gallogi outfit. Like he didn't have all 3 like you needed of the focus scanners to just perma scan everybody. And like Blitz saw him, and he just bitched him out for like the last 10 minutes of the PC because we lost. And he was just screaming at this guy, and the dude actually started crying. And then 5-0, yeah, like he was legit crying. 5-0 was quiet the whole time. He's like, who the fuck let this piece of trash in our fucking corp? And I was like, I recruited him, and he's like, what the fuck is that, 5-0? You fucking kidding me? And like he started cussing 5-0 out, and then I think 5-0 like didn't recruit anymore after that. But
Oh, yo,
so
this
yeah, it
guy.
started going downhill,
I'm looking at an escrow
and
battle right now. Dude's not even in this. He's not even in the bat. They got crushed by Planet Express with J Real on
yeah,
their team.
J Real.
J Real. Oh man, I gotta find this guy's name. You don't remember this guy's name?
Uh-uh.
I must know. I searched Dust 514 escrow and there's only like 2 battles. Let me click on the other one.
Probably ERA.
Yeah, maybe I will in a second. I don't know any of these names. Heaven's Lost Property. That was for
Oh, that
by
was
what
Black
Soda
Ice's
Pop
shit.
and right? Oh, was it Black Eyes?
Yeah. Yeah, Black Ice was in there.
Oh, yo, Black Eyes, yeah, right there in this bat. But it wasn't Soda Pop in, or maybe he's in that. Was he in that corp? Espion
Uh,
Bonds. Oh,
Espion
yo,
Bonds. Yeah, there he is. That's him.
who?
Espion Bonds. Yeah, he got the shotgun. Bonds shotgun.
Oh yeah, but that's not the guy I'm looking for.
It's not?
No, no, he was just like he was one of the higher ups, but he's not the guy.
Oh.
Yo, you really don't know who I'm talking about? This
Uh,
is outlandish. I gotta. Oh. All right, well, I guess I'm searching ERA. This guy doesn't even play in his own. Yo, am I making this guy up? Oh, era? It's not. Oh wait, ERA versus WT. Who's WTF? What the
what
French?
the French?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, team players. Oh my God, please. All right, I guess I'm gonna just have to give up temporarily if it's not in this battle. Hang on, let me see. Chicago Cubs. Kane Spiro. That's the guy.
Kane
That's who.
Sparrow. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay, now that you say that,
He's
I
in.
did not
He's in
AWACS Cardia. I
imperfects
AWACS
here.
Kane Sparrow.
He's not even in.
Yeah, that sounds
Not
right.
even in escrow right now. Soda
But
pops.
no, I AWACSed him too. I forgot about that. I don't think I AWACS Cardia. I think Kane Spiro was the name I was thinking of, and then Cardia. So K's, I got confused.
Yo,
Kane Spiro.
I
What
knew it.
corp did he make after that? Didn't he make a corp after that?
After escrow? Maybe he
Yeah.
didn't make escrow because he's not escrow's in this battle, but he's not in it right
No,
now.
but he led a corp after that, and that's the one I AWACSed. I'm
After
pretty sure.
escrow.
Do you think he teamed up with Roman by
Oh
chance? And
yeah,
they
it
were
wasn't.
just
Yeah, State of Purgatory, right?
okay. So I think
Isn't
State of
that isn't
Purgatory was
isn't
the
that
name
what that
that
was?
AWACSed him.
The lol panic merge or whatever?
Yeah, LOL Panic merge. I think. Or did they have one after that?
Yeah, no, I'm
I
yeah,
don't know.
it's got to be state. Yeah.
But I ended up AWOXing that dude. He is the ginger. I thought it was
Yo,
Cardia because of the name, but then
no, yeah,
Titans of
oh,
Phoenix didn't sound right.
yeah. Yo, the interview I really got to get. Well, I mean, I got to interview people I know, but the like the whole somebody or some group of people that's knowledgeable about like imperfects, team players, ancient exiles, like what's it, the pink fluffy bunny bounty hunters or whatever that
Molden
like
Heath Police Department.
all Molten Heat, yeah, all those corps before I was like, I mean, I think I was playing, but when like the people who ruled the game early, like when I was not playing PC, I guess.
If I had to guess, your best bet on that would probably be Ecstasy or yeah, probably Ecstasy. I could probably get a hold of Ecstasy still.
I don't know.
Um,
I might have to do some of these interviews Blitz and Zarya would probably be a good interview. I mean, I would love a Roman interview. That's if I could have any interview, it'd be the Roman interview for sure. For sure. I mean, Kane Sphero, like, I mean, honestly, almost any name that we've mentioned in this video, except for like in the absolute in passing ones, would be like great interview. Like, oh, Contraman Joe.
yeah.
I should try to get just like David and Darth and like see if they'll do an interview though. Talked to those guys for a long time.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I ended
all
up
right, all right.
I quit Outer Heaven because all those dudes joined. That like pissed me off. I sent out a corp and I was like, well, you just fucking
Yeah,
trash
I think I
corp.
remember this when you were
And then I
when you
joined
left.
Catback for a little while
Yeah.
during that time. I was doing PCs with you guys. And it was going pretty good. And then Blitz came back and talked me back into joining OH, and he said he was going to purge the corp and shit. So we joined back in. He kind of straightened everything out. It was doing good. Radar came back and showed his ass, and that was the first time I met Radar, and thankfully it was the last time I met Radar. Radar was a total fucking bitch, man. I hated that guy.
Was he?
He was a
Okay.
yeah, he was a bitch, man. He was a straight bitch. He came in after Blitz had started the court back up and like started bitching, like him and Blitz got into it, and he was like, "Fuck you, Radar, I'll kick you out of the corp." And Radar's like, "Well, I own all the shares." And he's like, "I'll get on Eve and I'll fucking kick you out and I'll take control of it." And I was like sitting there in my head, I was like, "Oh my god, please don't let that happen. This corp will be doomed. This guy fucking doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Absolutely just moron. Not a good player at all either." Um, any bitch he blamed everyone for everything. Like he could be doing bad, but he would literally just blame everyone else. Uh, but yeah, so I met him that one time. I didn't like it. Uh, so then it started falling back apart again. Neck joined because Zarya convinced him, and then
God,
Ari,
neck. Need to do a neck
yeah,
interview.
yeah, and then Ari made fake AE, and I was chilling in Zen Kill Society. I left OH again because there was no competition whatsoever. So Ari made fake AE.
What do you
I
mean,
joined it
dude? You
for a
just had to play
day.
against all the Latin Americans.
Yeah, that's all there was at that time.
Yeah, that was
It's
outlandish. Just
terrible.
lagging out every game. That
Uh,
was really bad.
so
Yeah.
so yeah, I joined that AE for one day, and then I started trolling Rampage and Yoshi. I was like, yeah, I was in AE when Cujo was still the CEO, because then Cujo transferred it over to Ari after I left. And I started joking about that, which Cujo would be another good interview, and I could probably talk to him for you because I played Halo with him after Dust. Um, but
I
so
mean, yeah, any of these
I
guys you wanna throw my way? Sure, I'll do an interview. I'm sure people would like to
yeah,
see
I'll
it.
try to hit up
People
Cujo. I had
people
him on
people love
Xbox.
this shit on my channel for like I'm surprised it still gets so many views as it does anytime I upload.
I have Kalante on my Discord, but he hasn't logged on in a long time.
Doesn't Kalante not have vocal cord or something? Doesn't I can't never
Oh yeah, he
talk.
probably wouldn't even talk. You'd have to
Yeah, you
interview
gotta
him
be
on
his
text.
translator. Oh, and text.
You're just like a 2 hour of you typing back to him.
Yeah,
But
just get him a
anyways,
text to speech.
so um, I ended up joining back into OH because I wanted to play against AE, and then Neck left
Oh yeah, I
OH and
forgot. At the
joined
very
AE.
like towards the end of the game, there was this like little there was the AE versus OH. Was
Yeah, and we
that a
got
traditional
ruined because the
rivalry
core
like
popper.
before?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they
I
did
think
not like each other in
yeah.
the beginning.
No, I mean, well, I just
Uh,
meant like that they were both big at the same time. They were
yeah,
though,
so
right?
a few
And I do
AE
remember
guys came
this.
back.
Yeah, you're getting popped.
Yeah,
And
a
Neck
few
was
AE
there.
guys
It
came back
wasn't Neck
and
joined
joined.
AE, right? Like, wasn't
Yeah, he switched
OH?
over to AE. Yeah.
Yeah, OH getting popped, so he like, switched to AE.
Uh, and then all of those, exactly what I said would happen. All the TOP guys joined AE. I was like, are you
Oh,
shitting me? Fira
yeah.
Seirun,
God, I think
Kaiser, Glob, all of them swapped over
yeah,
there, and I was like,
and
you
the
gotta be
Supreme
shitting me.
Officer spam. I think at this point I was in Random Guns and I was just like chilling out and hanging out with those guys and I was just watching all this mania unfold. Like it was just so much more than I wanted to
Yeah,
deal with at that
so
point.
we got pretty much beat into oblivion. We lost like most of our players. People stopped queuing in. I became a director of OH at this point. Um, and
And then, or
I
didn't
remember
they just
one
like
night.
fall apart though after this? As soon as they were done beating you guys up, there was just nothing to
Yeah,
do. So it just,
they left. Yeah.
yeah.
But I remember one night I was super pissed. No one was logging on for PCs. AE took a couple of our districts because no one wanted to field the fights, and I got fucking mad. So I was like, you know what? I'll disgrace all these motherfuckers if they don't want to show up to a PC. So we had a PC against Skill of God. I was pissed off. No one was showing up. Solar wasn't even showing up. That was like the last straw. I was like, they made Solar a director, and I told him not to. And then all those TOP guys left for AE. Um, so I was sitting there and I was like, well, I'm not about to lose a fucking district to Skill of God because no one wants to do PCs because everyone like they were online, they were just pubbing. And I was like, are we gonna accept for PC? Because like at that point, I had been FCing the matches. Um, they were like, no one X'd up. I was like, so we're just gonna let them take the district? No one replied. So I was like, fuck it, okay. So me and 5-0 and I think that was it that showed up out of Outer Heaven was just me and 5-0.
5-0, the most stalwart of all troops. There to go
Yeah.
3-16 every game without fail. Or, I mean,
We actually had
not
one where
that
he went
bad,
0
but
and 21.
oh man,
But we were the only two to show up. So
truly the alias of the other side.
I messaged No Neck and I was like, because he's an AE, I was like, dude, we ain't got no one to field
Oh,
for Skill of God. I'm needing some people to show up. Neck pulled in 13 other AE guys and himself, and I queued them into our match, and we eviscerated Skill of God. And someone took a picture of it and sent it to someone, and Solar logged on and got pissed. He was like, "What the fuck did you do that for?" I was like, "Well, you don't want to show up your fucking PCs. I'll field some people that want to play some PCs." And yeah, I ended up fielding AE there. We kept the district. And Zaryagan was like, I know you didn't know what to do, so you just did that, but you can't do that. And I was like, I'm not losing the districts. I told her, I was like, fuck that, I'll fucking leave before I do that. Because at that point, you know, I'd gotten a lot better at the game, and I didn't want to lose. Like I didn't like losing. I was at that point where I fucking hated losing. So I fielded AE, and a lot of people hated me for it. And I ended up leaving shortly after that because of that, you know. Um, Everyone just got pissed, and I was, 'cause, you know, like it sucks, you know, when you're sitting there and like everything's going good, but as soon as something goes bad, you know, everyone dips out. Like that sucks,
yeah.
and they don't stick
Yeah,
through
I
the
mean,
grit.
I know the feeling. People, I mean, to some extent, it was sort of hard. Like it was just some free to play video game, and
Yeah,
it's hard to
but you
get
know, when
people like
people are
truly
playing the
committed.
game,
But yeah, people, you know, but it was people that loved that game, like that lived and breathed that game, that would do
yeah, they're
anything for
still
that game,
playing the
and then all of
game,
us,
and they're in
yeah.
the
But then,
corp.
yeah,
They're just not showing up in PCs because they don't want to lose. It's like, man, get out there and get better, you know.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I think the time this is probably in even like just like the last year of the game or close to it.
yeah, this was late. This was late as
Yeah,
hell.
it's got to be late, and I don't even remember when they announced when the game was actually shutting down, but it was. I mean, I'm sure it's probably looking grim at this point. But still, yeah. I mean, if you're not playing to PC, I mean, what were you really playing for? I mean,
I talked
if
to
you were in
Zari. I
one of
was
the
like,
big corps, if you're in like an OH or a Cap or whatever, and you weren't trying to PC, why?
yeah, that's why I told Zarya because she kind of got mad that I did it. Which out of everyone, like she wasn't like extremely mad. Like she understood why I did it because like she didn't even show up for the PC. Um, so I just sat there and I told her I was like, look, this is either going to go one of two ways, and that's you're going to kick out all these fuckers and we're going to start from fresh, or I'm just going to leave the corp. And then she didn't want to kick anyone, so I left the corp. And then that was the last time I was in Outer Heaven. Blitz logged back on, and he said he was going to try to straighten it out again. And he never got back on a day after that because I think he at that point realized how pointless it was. Like that corp had just fallen too far into the depths.
Damn, what a somber end. What corp did you end in? What, Zenkill?
Zen Kill Society. That was Magic Bud's corpse. Me and Yoshi chilled out in there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
What
where
did you?
we
Man, you really went into the mountains to become a monk to biomass. That's
Well, I
crazy.
mean, I still did PCs. I was ringing for
Yeah, no,
people.
I mean, I'm just yeah.
Like I think I rang for Capac a couple times when you were running it. Or
Oh yeah, I
Planet
mean
Express.
maybe.
Oh, actually, Random Guns. I rang for Random Guns quite a bit too. I don't know if you
But
remember
yeah,
that.
when I
Like,
was big, yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah, when I was big wigging for
I rang
both
for
corps.
Planet Express during that time quite a bit. Um, which there's I don't remember the leader of Planet Express, but I pissed him off one time. Not
Kubo, right?
Kubo, not Kubo, the other
Oh,
guy.
not Kubo. There's another guy.
Yeah, there was another. He was a director. He was a director in there.
Kubo was he wasn't the. No way.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Kubo
the
was
guy
the
you're talking about?
CEO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy I'm talking about was a director. Kubo wasn't on when I did this. But Kaiser was the one that got me into that PC. But I ended up saying, "All right, I'm gonna FC this, guys." And that guy was like, he started laughing because he thought I was joking at first. But then I actually started FCing,
Oh,
and that director started getting pissed. And we beat them by like a landslide. I was like, "All right, good job, guys!" And like I started clapping my hands and stuff. And like everyone was like, "Yeah, good job." Everyone was like, congratulated. This guy's sitting there. He's like, "Man, get the fuck out of my PC chat." And I was like, "But it worked."
oh,
And like Kaiser and McLovin and everyone, they knew what I was doing. They just started laughing. And I mean, we won the game, so there's nothing wrong with it. It was just a joking around. So someone talked him down, and I kept getting a ring for him. I also did a lot of ringing for Dust User and Q's Town, the Kill 'em Quick. There was like 5 or 6 of us that were always ringing for them out of
you
OH.
don't
We
you
were
don't
always the
remember who that
most.
was from Planet Express?
No, I don't remember his name. But he got mad. Kaiser told that story to like everyone like 4 times. It was so funny. He wouldn't shut up about that. Uh, oh yeah, the whole point of that was when I first left OH and then I came back. I did a respec and I spec'd back into tanks, but I spec'd into like a bunch of different Slayer outfits, and that's because I was already pretty good then at that point. And I was like, well, our infantry game sucks now, so I was like, well, we need someone to do it. So then Blitz came back and he tried getting it all together, and then he noticed I wasn't tanking, and he's like, well, you better show that you're worth it or whatever. He said some weird shit, but um, I rolled in and man, I was putting up some pretty good numbers, like I was fucking some shit up actually for the first time, I guess in PC as an infantry, I was doing pretty good. And then he kept me as a slayer whenever he started back up and death surrounds, and we recruited another guy to start tanking who actually came from Cap Tibu. I think he was in
Oh,
Capac.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, he was a really good tanker.
Yeah, I like that
But
guy. Yo, you want me to read you some Planet Express names? See if you can pick this guy out from all.
yeah, sure.
Was it
Yeah, roll them
Xandor
out.
Suzuki?
Xander? Oh, actually, was he a director? I think it might have been
I don't
Xander.
actually. I'm just like looking at a bunch of Planet Express names and
Yeah, I think
saying,
I remember Kaiser saying, "Yo, DK and Xander so pissed off." I think you might have said that, but say similar
oh
just in
yo,
case.
first guess, no way. Wody Wody,
No,
Richard Gamerich, probably not him.
no,
Brother
that
of
guy was an
Havoc,
OH. No,
Arbiter Flux,
Arbiter Flux. I met that guy, but it wasn't him.
Vlad Stoich, not him. This
No,
guy was like, I think I had like a bunch of
I think it
interaction with
was
him on the
Xander.
forums. I feel
I think it
like
was Xander,
I feel
dude.
like he was a director. Yeah, I don't really Rebelx.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I don't
was.
really.
No,
It was
I remember
probably
those
him.
names, but it was Xander. I think it was Xander. He got pissed though at me for doing that. Uh, But yeah, I respec into Slayer stuff, and that's when I really started playing infantry during PCs all the time. Um, I got pretty good with the Minassault shotgun. I was pretty good at that. Um, I think there was a video of us on your channel and I dropped some pretty good numbers in a bridge map with a shotgun. I was in the city and I was dominating people with the shotgun. I don't know who we were against though, but I sent a picture of it in the chat because Shep said that I should have stuck around in Capac, and then I sent him a picture of me in Capac doing some work
I mean,
during that
well,
time.
in hindsight, yeah, you probably should have stayed in Capec because who'd you
If
end up playing with
I
a
don't
bunch
know, I don't.
afterwards?
Yeah, exactly. That's weird how that works. And right after Dust, I was playing with OH people. So I got my PS4.
Well, but you were no because Dust shut down like 6 months after Rainbow came out, or 5 months or something, 5 6 months. Like, and you played with us before Dust even shut. You know, because you were there at
Oh,
like the very
okay.
beginning, and you always asked Shep to stream, I think, because you didn't have the game for like the first little bit, and then in like
Yeah, for the first couple weeks,
February or
yeah.
something, you got the game finally, and then you played with us a bunch. Yeah, so the game wasn't
Uh,
even shut down when you started playing Rainbow with us a bunch.
so now I remember that. So basically, I remember quitting the game. It was after I quit the game, I started playing PS4 with OH because they had all retired pretty much. They were past it, you know. I mean, after the whole corp fell apart, they kind of just gave up at that point. Everyone knew the game was going to be dead. So uh, I started playing World of Tanks with Blitz, Zeke, Win, Win the Day, and Zarya. So it was Blitz, Zarya, Win, and Zeke. Yeah. So we're playing World of Tanks together, and this was the last time I ever spoke to any of them.
Really?
No Neck joined the party.
To
Yes,
this
No Neck
day?
joined the party. Yeah, to this day, I deleted all of them and I never spoke to him again because
Oh,
of just how it was. Like you don't like it was terrible what happened. So um Neck joins the party. We're sitting there talking. Him and Blitz get into like a small little argument. You know, like it's getting a little heated, but not like crazy. They're just throwing shade. Well, then Zarya said something and was like, "Yeah, well, you abandoned us and left our corp," and
oh.
it turned
I
into
think you
a
told me that's a long time ago. Yeah.
yeah, it turned into like all four of them, like even Win the Day, even though he wasn't even there, they were like grilling him for like 30 minutes. Like, man, I can't believe you
Oh, they're
left the
saying this to
corp and like
Neck?
saying this. Yeah, they're
Oh, I
grilling
thought
Neck
you
for
meant they were
like
saying this
30
to you.
minutes. No, they were saying it to Neck, which at this time I feel like I'd already been playing Rainbow with you guys a little bit, or maybe it wasn't. Either way, I don't know. Uh,
If the game already
but
shut
he,
down, yeah, you definitely been playing with us for a while.
no, it hadn't been shut down
Oh,
already. This
okay,
was
well.
before it shut down. But they're just sitting there grilling him, like just constantly about it, and they wouldn't shut up and move past it. Like I'm just trying to play World of Tanks, and these guys are talking about something that happened fucking months ago, and it doesn't even matter because the game's gonna be dead. And I said that multiple times to him, but they just kept going. And after that, I logged off, and I got on the next day. They were all on, and I just sat there and deleted them all one by one, and then never spoke to him again because it just like I was like, man, do I really want to be friends with these people? That was kind of gay. Like it was lame,
Damn, that's
you know?
bold.
Because I mean, I don't know. I just didn't care for him after that. And I mean, obviously they didn't care too much for me after that. They never sent me a message or said anything. They just were like, whatever, I guess.
Well, I mean, it
Uh,
seemed like your message was pretty clear. If you just mass delete all of them, I mean, they might have just got the
yeah.
message. Or, I mean, yeah, I don't know what your relationship was like with them. I mean, but you
Well, I
just
mean, it
gave
was
a
good, but
one
then
set of
like,
toxic lords for
cause
another one, right? But
yeah, well, like you guys are a lot different. Like you guys are, you know, it was just like a different feeling. Like playing with them, they were cool. Like they were my friends. But, you know, like they just got butthurt too much. Like us, you know, we'll get butthurt at each other, but you know that never stopped us from playing together, and it never turned into like a grill session. Like, could you name a time where all of us, except for one, are ganging up on one guy? Like that never really
what do you
happened
mean?
here.
Alias, of course.
Well, yeah, but Alias
But
is like a
not
different
in this
story. We all love Alias. Like,
not in the same way that you're
yeah,
describing. Yeah.
it's not like
Or,
we
or but
Josh
maybe.
Alias.
Yeah.
We Josh Alias.
Yeah.
They were
Probably
like
not
straight
any
grilling
times
neck.
to what you're describing. I mean, there were probably some
Yeah.
times where yeah, somebody like, but it's usually like somebody makes some bad mistake
Like
or what.
you
You know.
guys were
Yeah. Yeah.
bros.
Probably
They
not.
were like they were just friends. Like you know what I mean? Like there's like a difference when it comes to messing with people. Like they weren't messing with Neck. They were just being a straight up fucking douchebag to Neck. And it's like who like whatever. Like I wasn't even that good of friends with Neck at that time. You know that? Like I wasn't even that good of friends with him. I was just like I don't want to even sit here and listen to this. Like it just bothered me that much. So I literally logged on the next day and deleted them all. And I never went back to Dust. I didn't even play it on the last day.
Really?
Yep. I remember Shep asking me if I was
That
gonna
day it
log on and play
was,
Dust.
yeah.
He's like, DK, you gonna come play? We're all playing Dust. We're throwing mass attacks out. And I was like, no, I'm good. I just stayed on Rainbow.
Oh man, what a time it was. Dust 5 on 5. It's been over 5 years since it shut down. Like, man, it's been like 64 months. It's been just about. And yeah, and even before that, like the game. Probably you can even add like several months on top of that when everyone lost most interest because of what the game
Yeah.
became and what we knew that it was gonna end. But yeah, I mean, well, I guess it seems like we're getting into a conclusionary state. I mean, any other tales you want to regale us with, or anything else you want to talk about?
Uh, Trolling Contraband Joe. That was a pretty funny one. Uh, I
What
told you
happened?
about this not too long ago, which you remembered it. I told you that one before, where I was in the chat and I was like, "My name is Roman837." Like
Oh
he's doing some
yeah.
like propaganda speech out to everyone, and he's like talking about how he's gonna launch all these attacks. And I was like, "My name is Roman837. You will not be taking my corp." And like a bunch of other shit. And like he started getting pissed. He's like, "Who is that?" And like
Who is
everyone would
that?
stop talking, so I could figure out. It's like, all right, what else you got to say, guy? And then I'd just be silent because I knew he was trying to bait me out. And like other people would start talking, and I go, "My name is Roman837,"
Yeah,
and
this
he
is,
he looked
this
up.
is
He
so
goes,
funny.
"Roman837." He looked it up, and he goes, "Murphy's Law, huh?" I was like, "Yep." And like he sat there and looked for Roman837. He's like, "I can't even find this guy in the chat." I was dying laughing. Another funny thing was I got featured in a King Thunderbolt video twice.
Oh yo,
Uh,
that guy. Oh my god.
yeah. So we made an account, or I made an account called Roman's Boat Never Dies, and all I did was I got into a nice kill squad in OH. We would only play domination, and I would sit in the MCC, and I'd let them play out the match, and I would just drop war barges. I got the KD up to like 200 something,
Oh my.
and it was like pretty high up there. It's Roman's Boat Never Dies. I think it was on the front page at one point. Uh, but then with that account, I sent King Thunderbolt a message and I told him that the boat was coming for him and that he's fucked. And I said I have two poles and one of them your mom dances on, and like a bunch of other stupid shit. And he featured that in a video, like in a little hate mail video. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna check out some of the mail I got here." And he was like going through looking at fan mail, and like he saw the Roman. He goes, "This one's from Roman's Boat Never Dies," and he opened it up and read it out loud, and he knew it was like a negative one. He goes, "Let me tell you something. I'm gonna start this off like this." He's like, "You are gonna die. Everybody dies." And
Okay.
I was like, "Are you kidding?" Because I wanted to get featured on one of his videos, so bad,
I'm gonna have to go watch
like
some of
as a
the, I don't
troll.
I don't know if I've ever watched. I think I watched like one video one time because maybe as
He
you
still
were talking about him
uploads.
or
I
something.
like the last time I
What?
checked, he
What does
still
he
uploads,
upload?
but it's not Dust. It's other stuff. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I can't
King
be Dust unless he had a
Thunderbolt.
massive backlog.
His big thing was I upload the most wins.
Oh yeah. Yep. Infamously, indeed.
Uh, but anyways, uh, what was it? So that was the first time I got featured on there, and then the second time I squatted up with him, and I was just like sitting there talking to him, saying some bullshit, and then I ended up on the other team, and I like farmed him over and over, and then I sent him a hate mail, and then he uploaded a video about it, saying like this guy was a hacker, like he was calling me a hacker. He said I was cheating and like teleporting everywhere and a bunch of other shit, and I was like, oh my god, dude. Um, so yeah, that was the second time I got into a King Thunderbolt video, and then
That was
I had
from
a
your
shitload.
main account.
Wait, yeah, that was from Devilish Killzone. Um, I had a shitload of forum posts about me, which I don't know if you ever saw any of those.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I was a bit of a forum aficionado, or well, I mean, in the war, I'd be hanging out in the war. I browsed like GD, and I feel like there was one other place I looked a little bit. Um, I'd be posting to the war room, like But yeah, I do remember just all the time. Just I don't even remember what the titles were. Just Devilish Killzone scammer, watch out or whatever. You know, it was
Yeah, someone blacklisted me, some Eve guy.
yeah.
He was on there. He's like, "Yeah, we've got him blacklisted. We'll get him scammed back for you. We'll give you the money back." And I said, I replied back to that guy. I was like, "Yeah, good luck, dude." And then like I remember people trying to scam me. They were all horrible at it. They were terrible. Like I was a pretty good scammer, man. I was really good at it. Uh, who was it? I think Jesus Chrysler. That guy was a pretty nice dude. But I scammed him for like 150 million one time for Balak suits. And then
Was that your what was your biggest scam?
my biggest scam,
Yeah, so that one. That was
uh,
like the day one. That was like day
that
one,
was
right?
literally the day one. That was one of the day
Yeah.
one scams. Yeah, I want to say I made out with like 900 mil after all that happened. So that was probably my biggest scam.
No, what like
Um,
one single scam?
yeah, one that was my one biggest single scam. Yeah,
Which
probably. There
which
were
one?
some other really big ones. The Jesus Chrysler one.
I thought you just said it was 150.
Yeah, 150. I made out with 900 in total though.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you meant one 900 million one. Okay, I got you.
Man, that's not even counting my alt ones. My alt ones, I had a pretty good ones too. I had one named Miss Isai because I used to play with Shuriken, and like as a joke, I made a female character. But it turns out like some simps out here will be sending you some money
Oh
if you have a female character with a
God.
female name. Uh, uh. So yeah, I made some money on that alt account too, and just sent it over to my main. Um, I scammed one guy for guns. I used to do that too. I would scan him for guns, and suits.
For Mr. Machine Guns, you were on his payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
No, I would scam for
Wonder what happened
fails
to
and
that guy.
whatnot. I don't know. He was actually highly regarded in Neon Sign. Do you know that?
Yeah, I didn't know
He was,
that.
I think he was a recruiter for Neon Sign.
I don't I don't know too much about his backstory except for I knew he was like associated with Neon Sand a lot, and then I mean he was
He was
like
a
in
traveling
Cap. He was
salesman.
yeah, literally.
No, not actually.
Yeah, I don't know what.
He was a
Yeah,
traveling
I
salesman
don't.
for Neon Sign.
He's God. He used to be like part of our gang, or not too much on Siege, but like on certainly when we were still playing Dust.
On Dust, yeah, he was in
Yeah,
combat.
there was one point where I had this whole I don't even know if crusade is the right word, but I was trying to restructure Cap a little bit, and I was just because I think it was when Shep still wasn't playing because this is post controller smash, and or maybe he did come. I don't know, but I was basically saying that the only people that should have direct roles were me, Kalash, and Guns, um, for the purpose of excluding certain people that were like questionable. But you know, maybe for another video. These guys probably know who they are, or I don't know. You might know who they are. I don't know, but
Who are they?
oh, Operator and Arrow.
He wouldn't let him in.
No, well, they were directors already, and I don't like they were just
Oh,
they had differences of opinion, but effectively I was running the show, and they were like they did not. I mean, it's Operator especially didn't like me, and then Arrow was just basically like just on board with whatever he was about, and so I had to I had to put the hit out on. I don't even remember. I think they just eventually just gave up in their endeavor against me because I was big boss. You know how it go.
F. Uh, let's see. Another thing I did a ISK farming corp, called the Spartan 2 program, which obviously I got from Halo. But I made this corp called the Spartan 2 program, and then I made one called like the trainee version, like the trainer corp for it. The Spartan 2 program was when I was like really killing it in pubs, and it was like you could only join here if you have a weekly KD of 10.0, and then in the trainer corp, I was like, if you want to join Spartan 2, you got to go here, and like you go over there, and it would say like you'd have to have a weekly KD of 2.0 or like 1.5 or something
2.0.
like that.
What? That's
I
so
put it like
low.
1.5. Yeah, no,
Yo,
I put it low
in
on
Dust, if
purpose.
you like the 1.0 like is like 2.0 or maybe if it's even higher, like 2.5. Like
Uh,
if you didn't have at least like a at least a 2 KD, you might have your KD might as well have been negative.
yeah, but I put it really low in there so like I could get a bunch of like trash bags. But I was like, I can train you to have a 10.0 KD weekly. And I remember I got like quite a few people in there. Do you remember that one guy? He was like my champion. I told you about.
Yeah, this
You
was
were
like
there.
so late in the game, and it was so weird, or not. It was just like so. It was so annoying. You're so adamant about it. It was like a straight kid, wasn't it? It was like some
Yeah,
10
it was
year
a
old or
kid. It was super
something.
funny, dude. He joined in and like he'd barely talk.
And wasn't he just straight garb because he was
Oh yeah, he
straight
was
out the
terrible. He
womb?
was one of
Like,
those little trainee guys. But
God,
yeah, I
what
just
was your
I
tax rate on
farmed.
that corp?
Oh, dude, it was like 25%.
Oh,
I had like 30 members in there at one point. Man, they were playing like every day. I
jeez.
was making some mad cash off those boys. And then like after about like 2 months, I got tired of logging onto my alt account to send money over to my main. So then I was like, fuck this. I'm deleting it. I just disbanded it. So I farmed those dudes for 25% of their wages for like a month and
God.
a half. Like surprisingly enough, it didn't actually make like a crazy amount. I mean, it made some good money, but it wasn't crazy. It was like fucking. I probably pulled like maybe 150 million off of that in a month. I guess that's quite a bit actually, especially after they removed the district farming. But I did that. Trying to think of any other funny things I did. Oh, whenever we were in factional warfares, me and Magic Buds, I kind of like I poisoned Magic Buds in a way, which he was the CEO of Zenkill. He was a pretty cool dude. Um, he's a Japanese guy, but we go into faction when we play for Caldari because he's a Caldari guy as well. And anytime someone would use a Thales or something like that, there was one guy. I want to say it was AE actually. In the new AE, he would always pull officer gear on our team, and immediately I would team kill him. Immediately I would team kill him. It didn't matter what it was. I didn't like the guy. I don't remember his name, but he was not that good at the game. He just talked a lot of shit. So I started team killing him all the time, and uh, like he'd pull out Balix and like Galix rail rifles and a bunch of other stuff, and I team kill him. Like one day he tried team killing me back, and he tried to throw a core locust grenade at me, and Ari was on the team as well. And I like strafed over next to Ari, and the grenade killed Ari. And I think Ari kicked him from the core, and he started sending me hate mail. Oh man, that was funny. This dude named Vex joined that too. Which Vex, I was in a corp with him that he led called Droid Exiles that fizzled out after we sucked at PC.
Void
Um,
Exiles?
yeah.
Wasn't that core complete trash?
Oh yeah, big time. The CEO. At the time, I
Who
was
is
like a
Vex? I
four.
don't I don't I don't think I know who that is. What's the full
Vex,
name?
he was just the CEO. That was just V-E-X.
Oh man, maybe I've seen that name now that you say it like that. But I do remember the name Droid Exiles, and I'm pretty sure they were just straight up. Yeah, they were what they were named after. They were straight bots.
Yeah.
Maybe not
So
all of them. I don't know.
I joined there. There was two good players, and one of them was Vex. Which Vex, like, he wasn't a really good player. Like, I would say, like, okay, if you put Roman as 1 on a scale to 10, and then like Kalante Schiffer
Are you
and
saying
Regnium at
Roman is a
10.
complete garbage?
Yeah,
Was he
he got elbowed to death on a fucking
complete
tower.
garbage? Yo, is that
Roman
is
got
that
elbowed
actually
to
is
death.
that? Are you talking about when Pac elbowed him to death?
He got elbowed to death by Pac. Think about that. Like he
is
literally got
that
beat to
is
death
this
by
not
Pac.
on a tower? Is this
That's
not?
Roman, yes.
Yeah, but like, is that what were the circus? I mean, I didn't literally see it. I think I was in the game. I was in the game
He
when
was
Pac
playing
said
as
he
a
did it.
heavy with a forge gun, and
Oh yeah,
Pac
the
came up
forge
there and
gun.
elbowed him to death. How do you get elbowed to death by Pac, man? That's terrible. That's
Pac was
absolutely garbling.
actually half decent at dust somehow.
Pac was like a 5 on that 1 to 10.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yo, how many bots were there in dust? I mean,
Okay,
Pac
fine. We'll go
Pac,
even
Pac
further.
put up
What?
some. He put up some results in
Her nibs.
PCs
Her
even.
nibs being 1. Would you agree to that?
CEO. Yeah, that's. I
Okay,
don't
so
even.
her
Yeah,
nibs is at
yeah.
1. And then,
Okay.
like, in that spectrum, somewhere Roman's probably like 2 or 3, like just above that.
Okay.
And then, Kalante Schiffer, Regnium, people like that are at
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
Like, they're at the very top of the totem
Uh huh.
pole. this Vex guy at the time was like F5 or 6 at
Okay.
best, but he talked about himself
He's
like he was like a
back.
9 or a 10. And at this time, I was like a 3 or a 4 probably. I wasn't that good. But yeah, I was in there for a little while. I came back and he joined Ancient Exiles. He quit playing the game for like a year. And then he came back, joined the new AE. Turned out he couldn't go positive at all, and then he
Oh,
left again. He was like a 2 at the end of the game.
two. Yo.
Yeah. I sent him a message. I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude? Long time no see." And he goes, "Yeah, what's up?" And then immediately had to defend himself. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just using standard gear because I'm just trying to
Oh.
get better at the game. I don't care about my KD." I was
What
like,
was the
"I
funny
didn't even ask
story?
about that."
Just that this guy was shit, or what was,
Yeah,
didn't you have
like he talked about himself like
a
that, and then he messaged me that one time, or I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, what's up? Long time no see." And then he goes, "Hey, man, what's up?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm not trying anymore. I just run standard gear to make some money and whatnot." And that was
Oh,
it, because he went
damn,
like
he's making
fucking
a
like
living.
10-7 or something like that. I was like,
That's
"What?
not bad.
F that guy."
Who do you think was the best player in the game ever?
I'd have to categorize them by
Best infantry
what
player?
roles they filled. Best infantry player. Everyone always thought that it was what's his name? You suck at dust. But honestly, like you suck had like really good aim, but if he wasn't camping high ground, like he was
I
pretty
mean,
easy to kill. I
I
1v1'd
don't know if
him
he's
like quite a
pretty
few times
easy
at
to
pubs.
kill, but
Like, okay,
I mean, yeah,
a
he
lot
was
easier
obviously
than
he was
he's
one of
made
the
out to
biggest
be.
KD patters in the game, but he was still really good.
Yeah, he was really good. He
I don't know.
was
I don't
really
know if he
good.
was the best. You
I
think
mean,
he was
like,
better than like Kalante? You don't think
no, I'm
Who?
not saying that he was better. I'm not saying he was better.
Okay,
I
who?
was saying
Or
everyone said he was.
really?
But
I didn't know that
yeah, like
people.
everyone thought
Well,
he
yeah.
was really
Well,
good.
yeah, he was really good. But I don't know that I
Yeah,
don't know
well,
that
I mean,
everyone
like they
thought he
said
was
he
the
was the best
best.
in the game. But
Oh, I
anyways,
don't know.
like I remember running into him in pubs, and I would fly a dropship up to him and then challenge him on his high ground, and then I would kill him. But like if he was on the high ground, he'd kill me. Like, whenever it was an even gunfight, towards the end of the game, like I feel like I won a lot more than I lost against him. Like if it was an even straight up gunfight, he's not on high ground, head glitching somewhere. Like if
I
it's
don't.
just we see each other's full bodies, I would win.
A lot. Most of the really
Uh,
good players. I don't know that I ever was in. I don't know if I was ever in a gunfight against you, Suck. Like if I was in a
uh,
PC, I was like always on the same team as him. If if he was in the PC with me. Like
I
who?
got
Okay, who else?
into
Who else you got?
I got into a lot of good gunfights with a lot of those good players, like from ambush and whatnot, like Kaizuka Sniper and all them. Um, but to me, the most difficult person to ever kill was definitely Kalante Schiffer.
Yeah, that. Yo, was that guy on mouse and key? You gotta tell me. Could you even mouse and key on that?
No,
Was
he wasn't. He was
he
not a
was on a
mouse and key.
controller?
That man was on a controller.
That guy's not human. I don't know. Yeah, I do remember. Like I don't know that I ever. I was in some
I
match.
played with him on
It was
PC.
probably.
He doesn't even play shooters anymore, dude. That was like the only shooter he ever played.
Oh, it was probably it
Yeah.
was probably an ambush. But I remember I was on. I was like in some module or something at the. It was like the bridge map, but I don't. But it was whatever. Yeah, he was just like outside in the open, and he was just like in the open, and like nobody could do anything to it. Like whenever anybody would run out, they would just get like ruined. Like I just saw him out there, and I remember he just like shot at me, and like I had to back up or whatever. Yeah, like, that guy was like inhuman. I think
I
Solar was really good. I don't know if he was like one of the best, but
oh
I know
yeah,
Solar was
Solar.
really good.
I would say Solar and Big Boy Bigums to me were the best heavies in the game. Those two. Solar was
Well,
a fucking monster heavy, dude. Solar was
yeah,
an
I
absolute
don't even
just
think of Solar for
beast.
heavy though. I just think of an assault. But
Oh, I think of
yeah,
it as a
now that
heavy.
you
Towards the
say
end of
it,
the
yeah,
game,
he
it was
played heavy.
assault.
Yeah.
Um,
Who else really good? I mean, like,
but oh yeah,
well,
back
you
to
said
Kalante
Regnum
though.
earlier. I don't know. I don't
Regnium
know.
was an insane assault. He was up there with Kalante. I would put him like right below Kalante. Um, Kalante had better aim than Regnium, but Regnium had better movement than Kalante. But when your aim is literally Christ-like, you don't really need crazy movement in Dust 514 because there's so many hit points on each character and the region, the way it works.
Yeah.
But
Yo, you think
yeah,
Neck was really good or what? What do you think about
I would
Neck?
say Neck was like on that 9 or like 1 to 10 scale. Neck was probably a 9. Neck was probably right behind those guys, man. Like right behind them.
Yeah,
Neck was super
it's so
good.
hard for like I can't even assess Neck that well, even like having played with them because I don't because it's not like I'm literally watching from his point of view or even just like watching him over. I just see him whenever I run into him or whatever. or he's just on my
Yeah.
team and I see him in the kill feed, but like I don't,
I played
I don't
against him
even
quite
know.
a bit when he was in AE, and I would say me and his gunfights were always 50-50. Because at the end of the game, now and towards the like, if you were going earlier than the end of the game, Neck would whoop me every time.
Well, and then
But
also
towards the
Neck
end of the
just
game,
revered for fucking RE play. Like he was just that he was like
yeah.
that. He was like the
Well, I mean, like
RE
straight
guy,
up,
right? Or one of them at least.
gunfights though. Neck like earlier in the game whoops me. Towards the end of the game, it was like 50-50. Um, Ari Rana, me and him would get into gunfights and PCs, and that I would say it was probably about 50-50 probably. Maybe actually like 60-40. Ari Rana 60 to me 40. But like I could actually kill him, I was actually able to compete with him at that point. Like I was able to,
Yo, boys,
I
comment below who's the best player to ever touch dust. There's probably even people from like, and they probably and
before
they
that, yeah.
from before that, and they probably don't even count as much because they didn't actually play. The SP gap is so big so early, and that like a lot of good players probably didn't play. But like, there's probably a lot of people that think it's some goons from like the very beginning of the game when that's like massively asterisked. Everyone at
Right.
the end of the game that had been playing, anyone who's relevant had a ton of SP. Like it was actual level playing ground. And then in the end of the game, also it was inflated. There's so many people running their perma. You got Fira Seirun, literal officer gear every game of
Yeah,
his
it was
life.
hard to decipher how good he actually was, but
He
honestly,
was he was
Fierce, like
good, right?
he was, yeah, he was good. I would say he was
But
a little bit. I would say a little
I
bit
can't
behind
picture that guy
me.
without like a bonds
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. He always had officer gear. I
Yeah,
never ran officer gear. I never had to,
yeah.
or I never could
I had
even. I never
I
couldn't buy
ended that
from
game with
anyone. No one
so
wanted
much
to.
officer gear. Like, oh my god.
No one wanted to sell me anything because I'd scam them.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I just had so much shit stockpiled. I hardly ever even used any of it. Like I maybe a few pieces. But I had
but
like
yeah,
hundreds probably.
out of all those guys, Kalante was definitely the hardest to kill for me. I would say that at my very peak, me and Kalante's gunfights were like 25-75. Like I'm probably less than that actually. It's probably like 20-80. Like like
Yeah, I'd
1 out
probably
of
have
every 5
I'd
times
have a
I
much
kill him.
better grasp of a lot of this if I had actually like been on the ground in PCs, but
Right.
ever.
Um,
Well, not ever, but
best
against
best
any good
shotgun
players I
scout,
wasn't.
California Cat Dog. That dude was a monster with a shotgun. Everyone always thought it was Fusion Commander, but no, it was definitely Fusion Commander wasn't even that good, man. He came back and got his like asshole stomped in one of the PCs and then never showed
Did
up
that
again.
not happen to Cat Dog? Did he not come back and like was washed or whatever? Are you sure?
No, he came back and like dogged the fuck out of some people and then didn't come back.
And there was
He
another, and this might have been an old head, but like Annie Oakley, I think was like famous for shotguns, and I think like yeah, like really early days when there weren't a lot of scouts around. I think that person, I don't actually know who it was.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cat
they
Dog
might have
probably
been
to
like
me was the best
Sever or
shotgunner.
something. I don't know what corp that person was in. Couldn't tell you. It was a big
There
corp,
was
I
a
think.
a Jin guy that was really good too. A lot of them use shotguns, but there was one that was way better than everyone else. I don't think it was Soul.
Oh,
Soul was
yeah, the two
FC.
like really, so it was Soul and not Rampage, but there's like yeah, there's like two like really quote unquote famous, or historic Jin guys, right?
Jin Kujo was pretty famous
Yeah, Cujo, I
'cause he
guess
was
was the other
a
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, yeah. So I'd say Cat Dog was the best shotgunner. Solar Big Boy was the best heavy. Kalante was, I think, the best assault. Best dropship pilot, I'd probably have to go with maybe Dareth.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
even
Dareth was
know.
a solid
I
choice.
can't even name that many dropship pilots.
Chef's probably
Really.
gonna get pissed, but like, I don't
He'll
know.
never
Like
watch
Chef,
this. He
okay,
might.
listen,
I
Chef,
don't know.
listen, Chef, listen. You were a good dropship pilot. There were people that just put up way more kills with you. And I will contribute this to you. It's probably because you had to babysit so much when you were in PCs. Like you did have to do a lot of
What
babysitting.
about Darth Carbonite?
Carbonite was really good. I actually have a funny story about him. One time he was going for
CPM?
highest weekly KD
Oh, okay. Different thing.
1 week, and I totally lightsabered it one day. But
Oh,
we ended up in a match, and I didn't know he was doing
oh,
this until
kill.
after.
I need to kill.
But he was in a drop ship and he was like dropping bombs and he'd fly out really quick. So I hit both my damage mods and I shot his Python down. He jumped out and I chased him because I knew it was him. And his weekly KD at that point was like 200 or like 100 and something. And he stopped in the middle of the field, looked at me, and jumped, and like didn't want me to kill him. Like he shook his head no, and then I just railgunned him in the face.
Oh,
And his KD went down to like 75, and then I don't
that's
think he
tough.
logged on for a couple days.
That's mega tough. Yeah, he
He
was
didn't really
he
talk to me after
he,
that.
he was one of the biggest KD predictors of all time for sure. He was a cool guy though. I really like Darth.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he probably hates me because of that moment.
Oh,
But best tanker. So I don't really know how to grade this because apparently there was like a lot of really good tankers, and I don't want to just say myself. Um, but as far as like the toughest tanker, like railgun wise, that I ever went
Jeriel,
against,
right? Or no, he's more of a blaster tinker.
no,
Right?
Nick Munson.
Nick
No, I'm kidding.
Munson, yo, I can't believe we haven't even brought up Nick Munson one. I can't.
Oh, I
I
got
haven't
some
even
stories
thought
about
of
old
Nick
Munson.
Munson one time yet. That's crazy.
Yeah,
He
I've
used to
thought of him a
only be
couple times.
Munson
I
on
just
my
haven't said
mind.
anything. I got Munson on my mind.
Yeah,
Um, but there was this dude named Daniel Morales, and anytime I ran into him, for some reason, like out of every tanker I've ever played against, it was always like a flip of a coin on who'd win that engagement. It was really weird. Like every other tanker I'd roll against, I would just like eviscerate, like 9 times out of 10. I could just manhandle like most of the tankers in that game. And then I rolled up against this Daniel Morales guy, and he fucking whooped me. And like Blitz was shocked one time too in an ambush because we ran into him, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like Blitz is like, "Damn, DK," because like usually, like if we were rolling the ambush squads, even during PCs, my weekly KD would be like fucking 15 or 19 or something like that because I'd like hardly ever die, even in PCs. And this Daniel guy just shit on me, and I was super confused. And we kept rolling against him, and like I said, it was like a flip of a coin if I'd win or not. Like to
what
me, that
about
was the
Kaizuka?
toughest tanker. Kaizuka sniper? Oh no, those guys were terrible tankers.
Where
Yeah, they just blaster spammed. If I pulled out a
okay.
railgun, they'd get shit on, and then they'd hide inside the city. Because whenever we
What
were doing the
about
ambush against them, like we would actually win probably like 7 times out of 10 against those guys.
what about
We just had
the
more
one and only the
coordination.
legendary you know who I'm gonna say, bro. Duna.
Death rounds. Duna? Oh,
Oh, and Destiny.
Duna.
Oh.
Duna was actually another. I would say he was pretty trash as a tanker goes. He actually paid me to tank for him for a couple days
Ooh,
once. I figured I'd do it. Why not? Make some easy money.
how much
But
was he paying?
he paid. I think he paid me like a couple mil every day for it, which I mean, it's pretty good
Or
money, honestly,
for
for
how?
just pubbing.
Oh, a couple mil for how many hours?
I
Like I
mean,
don't know. Is that
for the
actually a good
day,
deal?
whenever I was playing. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty good deal if you ask me. I wasn't playing with anyone
A
at the time, so
well,
it's just free a couple mil
just
every
a
now and
few
then.
million? Like sub 10 million?
Yeah, probably like 3 million.
I
Three
don't
million
know.
for
Is that?
a day, and I just play with him for like 4 or 5 hours. That was it.
Yeah. I mean,
That's faster than what you'd get if you were just grinding pubs, and I was already grinding pubs anyway. I was still making like 300K
yeah,
a
but
match.
literally to hire a person to ensure you not die, I don't know. I feel like it's worth a little bit more than that. But whatever. I
Well, I
mean, I
mean,
guess you
it
make money
worked.
off the matches too. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, it's not like you needed money anyways. But I'm just saying
Uh,
it's
but
probably
yeah,
more
how he
valuable
tanked
of a
was
task
I,
than
I
that.
tanked against him. Yeah, I killed him like quite a few times in my little dust time. But how he tanked was, he'd always have like 2 or 3 goons with him that were tanking for him. They were usually terrible too. Um, but they would protect him from railguns, and then he would just farm infantry. That was literally it. If he got into an actual tank engagement, he'd get ruined. He'd immediately hop out, cloak, and run to the red line. That's literally how he played every day. You blew his tank
Yeah,
up,
of
he would
course,
cloak
of
and try
course.
to run.
Well known fact. All right, we gotta get this show
Uh,
on the road. This we're over 2 hours. We gotta maybe conclude this. I mean, unless you got mad more tales. I mean, I guess I can, for posterity's sake,
um,
I can sit here and record.
let's see. Death surrounds. I played against him and tanks quite a bit. Zeke Donovan was friends with both of us, and he clarified on multiple points or multiple times that I was a better tanker than Death was. I only tanked against Blitzed one time, and I beat him. I tanked against Quasar Storm twice, and I beat him both times. Which I only remember this stuff because, when people are literally paraded as like the best at something or one of the best at something, when you beat them, it's like, okay, I need to remember this kind of thing. Uh, so yeah, I think that Daniel Morales guy was probably the best tanker that I ran up against, and he was a
What
no-name.
corp was he? Nope.
I don't even remember. He was a no-name
Uh,
guy. Like never seen him in PC or anything like that. He just rolled up and fucking fucked me up 50% of the time. I was like, it's really
how many
confusing.
times do you think you played against him?
Probably, I would say that we had 10 to 15 engagements, and I
Hmm.
cannot say that I definitely won more than he did. That's the only person I could definitely not say that to. And like I said, I just never really saw him after that. Disappeared.
All right. Well, I mean, we can't just ignore the elephant in the room. You know, if you got a Nick Munson tail, like we gotta hear that.
All right, Nick Munson. One time he called me out in Alliance chat when I was in Neon Sin, and he said he was gonna have to talk to his name was like Baka TV or something like that, or Black TV. I don't even know. But
Hold
it
you
was
out
the
for what?
CEO of Neon Sun. He's like, I can't believe they're letting in this fucking trash in Neon Sun. I have to talk to
Oh,
this guy because when I think of Neon Sun, I think of scary people like Kaizuka Sniper and Milkman. Like he started naming off people like Cowchan and whatnot. And he's like, I don't think of fucking Devilish Killzone. That guy's not scary at all. And I was just sitting there like, okay, guy, whatever.
what?
One time he RE'd me whenever I was in a PC
Oh,
in the city, and I was going up to melee a uplink, and he threw an RE at it and blew it up and killed me and the uplink instead of just me meleeing the uplink. And he was like, "Sorry, DK, I just had to make sure that I was gonna die." I was like, "Okay."
oh, I remember. I remember that. Yeah, and I think you're
Uh,
not the only one this happened to as well. But yeah, I remember. I think
yeah.
I remember this specifically.
Uh, I ran into Seriously Moody once in a match,
Hmm.
and it was funny. He was using a scrambler rifle on a Galente Scout. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna challenge this little guy, see how good he is, because I used to watch his YouTube videos. And I whipped out, and I thought it was gonna be crazy because I wasn't that good at the game at this point. I was probably like a 6, maybe. Moody peeked out, and I immediately just domed him, fucking one shot to the head, and then two
Oh.
more to the body, and he died. And I was like, what? I was like, I watched this guy's YouTube channel, and he's like a monster.
Well,
And
I mean,
well,
you kill
obviously, you
somebody
upload only
instantly.
good
Like,
games. Yeah. Well,
I
no.
mean,
Then
what could they have done?
he pulled out an assault suit, peeked me, and I owned him, and I was like, what the fuck? But when you're on a YouTube channel, you upload the good videos. You don't upload all of them, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
except for my channel, bro. I upload.
Yeah, you
Well,
upload the most
not all the.
wins.
Yo, I probably have the most PC wins uploaded on YouTube.
Probably.
It's gotta be right.
Richard actually had a piece or a YouTube account, Richard Gamerich.
Maybe I knew that. Oh, Saxon Mish. Wait,
Saxon
no,
Mish.
he didn't upload that much PC
No,
content. Right? It was just like
he
pub
uploaded pub
stomp.
stuff.
I think he probably had a. I remember maybe I
He
don't know if it
thought
was
he
the
was the
first time
best
I
player in
ever.
the game, but that man
We
never
like
hopped into PC.
crushed his corp or the third rock or
Third
whatever.
Rock.
Like
Yeah.
we just like those dudes were like instantly just cowering on the catwalks like yeah at the beginning of the game. This dude got smacked.
I mean, Saxon was pretty good, but he was only a
Yeah, he was
pub
good.
stomper.
Yeah, I must have the most
Oh.
PC wins. I'm impressive. I must have the most PCs like by far upload. Or well, no, there might be some like I think there were a bunch of Spanish YouTube channel or well, I mean not literally people from Spain, but you know they're talking in Spanish. I think there were several, and I think a few of them had like a bunch of subs, like in the thousands.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't maybe
What
some of
was his
them were
name?
PC stuff.
It
I'm
was a
not sure.
V. Voobly Lol, I'm pretty sure had one.
Oh, that yo.
Yeah.
That was that was a SOG guy, right? He was
Yep.
he flew dropship, didn't he? Or maybe that wasn't like his main thing, but I think
He
he
flew
did.
dropship and
I think
assault
he was
suits.
like despised, but maybe Scott, maybe
We
Chef
all hated
despised it.
him.
Yeah,
We
everyone
all
hated him.
hated
Yeah, but
him
there's like
because
somebody
they
who's
were
like a
we hated all of them.
yeah
They were
because
horrible people.
they're
It was always a
horrible
horrible
dudes.
lag fest.
Yeah, it was a lag fest though. They really pulled up. Maybe
Attic
they
Punk was probably my favorite Spanish
Attic
person out of that whole
Punk.
game. Yeah.
Oh man, all these names you forget and then you get to relive. It's crazy.
hmm Yeah, Attic Punk was probably my favorite Spanish dude in that whole game. Me and him we were pretty tight for a little while. Um, he only mic up every now and then though. Uh, I was pretty tight with Shuriken for a while. Shuriken Isai, I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, me and Emperor Avers had a Nova Knife competition. We bet like 10 million on it one time. And I was using a Caldari Scout, so I was automatically at a disadvantage to his Minmatar because he moves
Oh
faster and has longer stamina. But I still
yeah,
carried the
didn't Minsuit
competition
still have
and
the
have more
Nova Knife
damage. Yeah.
ability?
So I used Caldari, he used Minmatar, and I still carried him all the way up to 49 to his 50 because it was out of 50. So I was only one behind him the entire time. And he like talked so much shit, but then everyone in the squad was like, he was
And you did
literally
a
at like
first
a
to 50?
yeah. It took
God.
I think it took only like 3 matches, 3 ambush matches. I was pretty good at ambush, man.
What?
There was yeah, dude. Because like the rest of the squad was just sitting there watching. We weren't really hunting for kills. Like they were letting us hunt for kills, so I'd get like 20 in one match.
Oh, you weren't 1v1ing. I thought you.
No, 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 no,
I thought you
no.
meant you were
It
1v.
was
I
a
was like,
kill
there's no
race.
way you 1v1'd 100 times.
No, it
Okay,
was a kill race.
this makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Um,
It only took
and
3
then
ambush.
well, I mean,
Yeah, I was
three
like,
pretty
how?
quick ambushes.
Well, no, when I thought you meant you 1v1 99
Oh,
times. I was like,
yeah.
how is that possible?
Uh, Probably like my two greatest moments, pub wise, was um a nomination match where I went like I think I have a picture of it somewhere. I went like 79-3 or something like that
Yo, did you ever
with
see
a
the picture of when Nick Munson like made a new account and went into a like an academy match or whatever and dropped over 100 kills on noobs? He
I
like
did that a
posted it
couple
on
times, I'm not
Facebook.
gonna
That shit is so funny.
lie.
He went like
That was messed up.
102 or something, and like
There was
because he just pulled
a
out of
funny thing.
Soma or whatever.
Yeah, dude, I made an account in the academy or like a long time ago. It was like Stygian Nemesis or something like that when I first started playing again. And then I went into the academy with like 1.5 million SP or 2 million SP. I spec'd into core locust grenades and
Oh.
nano hives. I just went in there nading kids. It was so funny. Um, but what was it? Oh yeah, so I went 79-3 or something like that in a domination. And then the craziest thing ever was a 50 clone ambush, so not an OMS, just a regular ambush on that tabletop map. And
Line harvest.
dude, I went 49-1 in that
Oh,
match.
what was your team doing?
Uh, they were just on the other side. I immediately sprinted into the enemy because I like there was no one with a name on the other team, and they were like pretty much all militia except for one guy. That was running like advanced gear, but he was horrible too. So I just sat there and farmed him, and I went it
What?
up. I had a picture of it somewhere. I went 49-1, and we had an OH kick chat, and I sent the picture in
Oh,
there,
kick.
and yeah, we had a
I
kick
think
chat,
I
and I
might have been
sent it
in
in
that
there.
chat. Unless it was literally
Everyone was
just
like,
OH, but there was like the one I'm thinking of had a ton of people in it.
yeah, dude, I sent that picture in there, and it was like this one guy below me had 1 kill, and then there was another guy below him that had 1 kill from like a nanite injector, but I had 49. So like in total, our
Oh.
team had 51 kills, and I sent the picture in there, and everyone was like, "Holy fucking shit! Like
What
what?
were
How
you
did you pull that
using?
off?"
It's the rail rifle?
Uh, yeah, Ushcone rail rifle on a Caldari assault. That ended up being my favorite suit of all time.
Yeah, I mean that's like the goat suit. Well, I mean maybe not the goat, but it's like the coolest, most
Yeah, because there
versatile
for a
fun
while
suit
in
or whatever.
1.7, yeah, in 1.7 it was all about the Galente assault. Um,
Or no, what
because they
it was
nerfed the
still about
Caldari.
Logies still. I think 1.8 is when they because 1.8 they did the suit reworks,
Oh
right?
yeah, you're right. It was
And
Galente
then
Logis
it was
and
Galente and
because
Caldari Logies were both just broken because they both had Whoa, what was their passive? Oh, it was no, because the Caldari one had plus 25% shield extender efficacy or something. Or maybe it was already nerfed by then. Maybe it's only 10%. But yeah, Assault was still on like reload speed, and Logi had HP bonus. And they had more slots and more CPU PG. They were just like better in every way except for they just didn't have a sidearm, I think. And like, did they move slow? There was like some other thing they were slightly worse than or something. But yeah, Logi were
They're gonna
busted
move
until
slower.
then Assaults were like, did they move slower? They might have.
Assaults were the goat at the end. I know that.
Yeah, well, in 1.8, then Assaults were actually like better than Logis at fragging for the most part.
You remember the Minmatar fit where you put like 2 kin cats and then armor like fair scale on a reactive, and then on the high slots you put like 3 shields and a damage mod, and you put a
You
shotgun
mean
on it. You'd
you
run
mean a
around.
jump mod, bro?
Oh yeah, true. I didn't use the jump mods though, because then they nerfed the RE throw distance, and it wasn't like useful to me anymore.
Yeah, but it was still it's still hard to shoot it. Yeah, I mean jump mods
Yeah.
were heinous. Yeah, well, I didn't. I think I had them. I mean, I had so many proto suits by then because I had so much SP. But yeah, I would. I mean, that's probably what you did. Just like a damage mod, 3 shields or whatever, and then like ran kin cats. I mean, I guess I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're running the shotgun actually. The fit, well, I don't know, all-time favorite or whatever, but when scouts first came out, because rail rifles and combat rifles were insane and scouts were insane, so I was just running a Kalakioda rail rifle on Caldari scout, and I think I just had one whichever one's in the range extender, I think was in the high slot, and then in the low slot a dampener and a rain and a precision enhancer, or maybe vice versa for the. Anyways, one of each of the 3 things. One of them, and then like 3 shields in the high. So I had like 400 HP or something. The broken ass cloak. I scanned everyone else on the map, and like nobody scanned me, and I had the best gun in the game. It was insane. I think the only exception I had to make, I'd run like a flux grenade instead of a core locus. Maybe not. But yeah, it was insane. Like, get in trouble at all, you just cloak and you just leave. But also, everyone's permascanned. You have a god gun. It was insane. Truly busted. Caldari assault quite versatile. Just a good
Yeah.
suit. Shield is just like better than armor, like always, because lol movement penalty.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but the best guns at the end of the game were all anti-armor guns, except for the scrambler rifle.
I mean, assault rifle is pretty insane at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, at the very, very end
At
it
the
was
very end,
okay. I
yeah.
don't think it
But
was insane.
before
I think the
that, when
officer,
it got buffed, it was kind of crazy.
the
Even
officer
like
variants
breach
were
was really
insane.
good. I really liked using breach.
Did you ever use Calantes?
I mean, I probably like once or twice used most of the officer gear. Yeah, I think I did. I mean, it was just really good. Yeah, but I mean, for most of the game, after rail rifles and combat rifles were introduced, those are both armor advantage weapons. They were just like the 2 best. Assault rifles were a dog, and scrambler rifles were like, I mean, not like
You had the
dog,
right
but they were
hands.
hard to use, and if anybody was armor stacked, you were just fucked. Like if somebody just had like literally 1,000 HP, most of it being armor, it was just so hard to break them. Because your charge shot still is only doing like 350 damage because it's only doing 80% of the regular damage to the armor.
Kalante logged on one day and he was playing ambush, and I was playing with Zeke and some other people, and I was like, man, I hope we run into Kalante. I want to kill him with his gun. And Zeke was like, you're not gonna kill Kalante with his rifle.
Oh.
And next match we get into, he's playing a Gal Assault. I put on a Gal Assault with the Calantes. We got into a 1v1 and I killed him. And it said Devilish Killzone Calantes, like R whatever the fuck, assault rifle. And I killed Calante Schiffer with it. And
Did you
Zeke, I was like,
participate
"Suck
in
it."
any way in that event when they were in the
No,
did
I
you go
didn't.
for it, or did you help anybody go for it, or did you?
No, those dudes were mad cheating out there. The
I remember
only one I wanted to go for was a scrambler at that point.
there was one guy, and I wasn't the scrambler like
It was
wasn't one gun like by
Darce
far
won
the
it.
most. Oh, Dart, yeah, wasn't Tibbs going for it hard?
Tibbs was, yeah. Dude, I remember running into him. He was playing like a super bitch. It was horrible. He had like 4 lodges on him everywhere
Well,
he
I mean,
went.
oh yeah, there was some guy. It was some guy that had a YouTube, but it was like a little bit smaller of a channel. But it was kind of, it wasn't like a tiny channel. It was, I guess, as far as dust standards, just kind of big. But I think I hopped on an alt and I'd like help logied him one day to help. I don't even remember what gun. It might have been a laser rifle or some shit. But Victor went. There were a few guns that were like way more competitive than the others, and it was mostly just the rifles, right? But like I don't think laser rifle was that competitive, or like who got the forge gun? Like I don't even remember, because it was I mean Darth was scrambler, Victor was laser. Did Victor get 2? Somebody got 2, right?
Yeah, I know who got
what,
2. It was
Alex. Alex got the combat rifle and sub or something.
No, I thought. Oh no, did Alex get 3? No, Lewis got the combat rifle. His brother.
Oh yeah,
Lewis.
yeah.
Got the machine gun.
Weren't those just like playing on each other's accounts or something?
Yeah, that's all they were doing. It was some trash, man. That's what that was. That's what I'm saying. Those dudes are mad.
What did oh yeah, you got the HMG and the.
Yeah. Alex's HMG.
I don't know they were brothers.
Alex's submachine gun. And no, they were brothers. They lived at the same house.
And then. Oh yeah, Lags got the rail rifle.
And the bolt pistol.
And the bolt. That's crazy. Ion pit? Like I don't. Who got the ion? Or is that Kubo?
Kubo
yeah.
got the.
Did he get the? Did he get plasma?
Cannon.
Oh, yo, how you guys doing that? Who got? So
who got?
Because
they had it on different weeks. So after the ion pistol.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what it was. What gun did I ask for before that I couldn't think of?
I don't know.
Oh,
Nanaki got the MagSec SMG. Nanaki is some Asian dude with the MagSec SMG.
Did we say the gun?
Symbiotic Forks got the sniper.
Yeah. Assault rifle, rail rifle, combat rifle, scrambler rifle.
Laser rifle went to Victor.
Yeah. Yo, am I going crazy? I like asked about a gun and then
Forge gun.
Oh yeah, who got the forge gun?
I think it was some random dude.
No, it was Alden. Alden Khan.
Alden Khan. Yeah, he came back from Imperfects.
Yeah.
Using Imperfects.
Is that all the guns? Scrambler pistol?
There's a swarm launcher.
Who got swarm launcher?
Some random. I don't think anyone even know that. I don't think anyone will ever know that, because that was such a getting that would be so dumb.
What about scrambler pistol? I feel like I can almost picture the name for that one, but
Espeon got the shotgun. I know that.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's like the most infamous gun in the game. The Bond shotgun. Oh my god.
That was
there was not.
the mash driver, the Agamus mash driver.
Yeah.
That thing was also horrible, dude. That thing. Was
that was like the pub. That was the pub officer weapon, and Bonds was like the PC officer weapon.
Oh, and PC the Agamus was horrible too. You'd put one of them.
I mean, it was, but it like.
It was like.
But it's not the same. Like everyone had Bonds. Like it was like one goon on the catwalk or whatever had Agamus, but everyone in the pit had Bonds.
It was like shooting core locust grenades, like 8 feet diameter. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was outlandish for sure.
I can't remember.
Got a mass driver.
Part of me wants to say it was Kubo, man. Kubo scrambler pistol. That
sounds
right.
I
Kubo TX13 or something like that.
Maybe.
I want to say that because I think he went for 2 pistols.
What was the Flaylock is the other gun? I think it's the one.
Oh, good God! I don't know. The Flaylock was dog.
Yo, I think it's before, when you weren't playing a lot, but when Flaylock first came out, it was broken. I
remember that.
Your OH brethren, I think, were before you were there, but were the people I remember the most just spamming the shit out of it, because it had like 3 shots and they all did like 200 splash damage. It was messed up. Yeah, who got that gun? Was it not? I feel like it might have been one of the ones that got one of the other ones. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember that.
All right. I think it's actually time to conclude. Any final thoughts? Final statements?
If the game comes back, I'll probably go under a different name.
The game comes back.
Which it probably won't.
Man, if the game came back, under some version, man, that's a true epilogue story, man. Just so long after, and just actually even
we'd come back, all us like veterans would come back, and we'd get dogged on probably.
Yeah, I mean, well, and we're not like gonna sweat out the game, right? Or some people would maybe, but it's never gonna. It's just not gonna be the way that we picture it could be or whatever. Like where we all come
Yeah.
back and we all play a bunch, just like in the old days, where it's just never gonna happen. It's been too long. It's too late. It's whatever. Um. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Anything else? Yo, what if I told you I wasn't recording this whole time?
I
That'd be so funny.
that would be pretty funny.
That would be
I
the whole.
miss my Ishikon rail rifle. I miss my assault CKO. I miss my Visium. They turned it into a Visium. It was the Imperial. I miss the Scrambler, and I miss my MR assault. And I miss the Scrambler pistols, and I miss the bolt pistols. I miss my gun loggy. I miss my 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 Limbus, the Lambo as I called it, the Logi Galente car that I used. And I think that's it, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Dusk got so much right. I mean, it was so heavily flawed in so many ways, but like it just the like the gameplay concepts and the skill tree progression and the channel system and like all the different like the way you could set up suits with the modules and stuff and like the different weapon types and all the like it has so much just sick stuff that just other games just never
Yeah,
came close
we'll
to. Like
never. I don't think
just
we'll ever
if
go
only
back
the
to
game
that.
could be like polished, could have been polished. If they could have cut down on the lag and just added a little bit more content and fixed up a few things
Yeah.
and like nerfed and buffed a few things in a more timely fashion. Yeah, it could have been killer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
That game was of a
guess
dying breed, though. It was like it was
yeah.
just too different
MMO
with the way
FPS
everything else was
indeed.
going. Yeah,
Yeah,
no one
and it's
wanted to
just
play that.
it's just too complex. But
Yeah.
a few chosen individuals remember for the tale from back in the day. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's gonna do it. This was Devilish Killzone here. In the future, I mean, maybe DK here will bring me more fodder for interviews. But anybody that we name dropped in this video, for the most part, probably. I mean, if you're listening, God, if anybody's listening after 2.5 hours, yeah, I mean, if you want to do an interview, I mean, Darth or David or like Tibbs or Zarya or just like the Jin guy, I mean, just like a bunch of Nick Munson, Roman, Kane Spira, there's just like so many different people that I'd be willing to have a chat with and post it just for the sake of doing it and for the sake of other people seeing it. I'm about it, I guess. I don't actually know.
Oh wait, who was the baby slayer? That was the last thing I forgot. You remember that guy?
Yeah, what about him?
Quick Gloves. Quick Gloves. He started
Baby Shaker?
Sever Baby Shaker. Oh, I thought they
Oh,
called him the Baby Slayer.
oh no, there's a
Not
person with
Quick
the actual
Gloves.
name Baby Shaker.
No, there was a guy they called the Baby Slayer.
What,
Forgot
quick?
to
Not quick gloves?
talk about this. No, not Quick Gloves.
Okay.
Quick Gloves had a kid, and he started
Right.
like a GoFundMe or something because the kid had like something wrong with it. He went on the forums asking for help, which is, that's okay. That's a respectable thing to do. Like, as a parent, you try to do what you can for your kid. But that was the CEO of Sever True Blood. Some dude went on there and pretty much got bullied out of the community because he told him he was like gonna kill his kid and a bunch of shit, like you'd shake him
Ooh.
and a bunch of other stuff. So they called him the Baby Slayer, and I think he ended up quitting the game because of it, and I couldn't remember who it was. But yeah, that happened.
Hey, you just edit those in.
Yeah. I forgot
Okay.
all about Sever True Blood.
Yes, I too have some amount of history with Sever True Blood, but I
Really?
think sort of, in a way. And I mean, probably a lot of people did that played from a certain time period. They were a big corp at one time. I feel like maybe I've told that story on the channel before. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do it in the future, and I could tell you more. Yeah. So I guess that's gonna do it for the video, right? We good?
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Until next time, which will, probably be in several months, but we'll see.
Yep.
Until
See you in
next
a
time.
couple of years, guys.